So, where we last left our party, they had just gotten through a tumultuous dungeon of sorts. They went in curious and investigative and quickly ran into a large group of cultists that seemed to be doing some sort of summoning ritual for some kind of creature. Branwen kind of snuck in, blended in a little bit, made herself part of the group of cultists, or at least made them think that she was, enough to attempt to get a sneak attack on the cult leader and stop this ritual. The rest of the party then rushed into the room to get her back and aid her in fighting off these cultists who all began to attack her. And the cultists summoned a bunch of skeletal warriors and skeletons from the piles of bones in the room. Through a series of unfortunate events, Branwen fell and died in combat as the remainder of the party cleaned up the room and pinned down the necromancer leading this ritual just before the ritual had come to its conclusion. The necromancer did, however, escape into a far-off tunnel, and Branwen was presented with a very unique and interesting option from a dark power called Kolthar. Kolthar restored her life, and she came back to consciousness, and the group proceeded to investigate the remainder of these ruins, finding a decent bit of treasure, a little bit of intrigue, and then a slight puzzle before they finally made their way out of these ruins. The episode ended with the party seeing a small bat fly off into the distance towards the Castle Ravenloft in the land of Barovia. And Gaynor took a shot at it with his Eldritch Blast, which deflected off of a magical shield of sorts as the bat continued to fly away.
Haggard.
They found the corpse of the necromancer from a different exit in the ground of this underground temple, and found a very interesting sword on his body. And then it was revealed that not all was as it seems with Branwen. And then the party stepped off back onto the road away from these horrible ruins and took a short rest, gained some of their health back. And that is where we are going to begin our session. So, you all are back on the path, short rest completed, healed up and patched up to what means you may be. You still have the path in front of you, which you were traveling towards Vallaki with Irina Koyama, who's been your
Cohort.
I was going to say quest line, but cohort works too.
Tag along.
Tag along.
Your NPC extra who has been assisting the group, and you are escorting her to the town of Vallaki. So, what would you all like to do?
I mean, I suggest we keep moving on to Vallaki. We don't have much to do here.
Yeah, I think the plan was to move until nightfall.
And then camp, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And it is about, I think I said it was noon or 1 o'clock after you came out of the temple, because you all went in pretty early in the morning.
Yeah, and then after a short rest, probably like 2.
Yeah, well, I was saying it was like noon, so I'd say it's really about 1 o'clock now, like after the rest type thing. 1 o'clock, 1:30. Sun's in the sky, but it's not actually in the sky. There's clouds everywhere like usual.
Right. So we have plenty of...
Yeah, you got a lot of daylight in front of you.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So you all, as a group, kind of continue forward on the path. Irina seems rightfully so concerned about Branwen and the new development, but she's kind of keeping to herself about the whole thing. Osgood doesn't seem to be too disturbed by any of the ongoings that have been happening for the most part. Kind of takes it as it comes. And you all kind of proceed on to further up the path. The path that you're on now begins to climb further and further up this hillside, winding around the edge of this mountain that's kind of on your right-hand side. And as you get higher up in the mountains, it gets colder and colder. You guys continue traveling for about an hour, hour and a half, I'd say. And then the forest now completely behind you, and what you see on your right-hand side is a mountain that keeps winding further and further up. The path kind of breaks off of following the edge of that mountain, and there's another mountain to your right-hand side that goes even further into the sky, and the path kind of winds in between these two mountains as you continue climbing further skywards. You all can now see the cold breath in front of you as you walk and breathe and kind of communicate with each other. You can now see your breath. It's much colder in this area, and you hear the heavy sounds of what appears to be a waterfall somewhere slightly in front of you. Probably about maybe 200, 300 feet off. I mean, you've heard it as you're coming up, but now it gets louder, and you kind of come into this little opening area, more or less, I would say. Like the mountains kind of like swerve off both directions, and you see what appears in front of you as a large stone bridge, probably about 40 feet in front of the group right now.
Yeah, I want to check out that one.
What are you checking out?
I want to check out the stone bridge. I want to see what it's about.
Okay. So, as you take a look, this is about 15 to 20 foot wide stone bridge. It seems to go across this entire chasm. Now that you're kind of looking at it, inspecting a little more, you can see on the left-hand side is a large waterfall that seems to crest down about 10 feet off of the bridge or so. Like the bridge was built over this chasm where the waterfall goes down, and then there's about, as you kind of look over the edge, about 1,000-foot drop before it summits up into a pool and then feeds down into the river below you. You all are quite high at this point, of course. As you look at this bridge, you see 4 tall pillars, 2 closer to your side of the bridge and 2 on the far side of the bridge. And make a perception check for me.
Of course.
Which is a 13. Okay. You notice that the pillars themselves are mold encrusted, and atop the pillars you see 4 gaunt-looking statues. You recognize these as statues of gargoyles that are cloaked and covered in a black moss, and they're just perched on the corners of this bridge. They all seem to be frowning. They all seem to be mournful faces. The stone itself is extremely weather-worn. The bridge looks a little bit wet or slick, as if like the spray coming off of the waterfall has been reaching the bridge at some point. And just further down the bridge and off to the other side, you can see the dirt path kind of continuing to wind further into the mountain range. I need sound.
Kalma, how close are we to the bridge?
Right now you're about, I'd say, Gaenor's kind of stepped up and looked over the edge and kind of like inspected the bridge a little bit closer, but you all are about 20, 30 feet away from the bridge. Not far.
All right.
Just as a group, you kind of just like pause before you go across this bridge, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I turn over to Gaenor and go, I'm like, last time we crossed the bridge, there was this weird fish thing that came out. And I pull out some of my ball bearings, and I'm like, let me throw something ahead and see what happens. So I'm gonna take like 2 or 3 of my ball bearings and just try to skip it across the bridge.
Okay. Make a athletics check just to see how far you can get the ball bearings across the bridge. I mean, they're light, so you get them pretty far distance. Boop, boop, boop.
17.
17. You take a handful of ball bearings and you just kind of like chuck and scatter them across the bridge. Some of them getting about 2/3 of the way across, I'd say. Pretty good chuck on it. You hear them clatter across the stones, and some of them roll off of the edge and off to the side, and you just see maybe 5 or 6 ball bearings just plummet down to the ground and into the mist below, and the remainder just sit on the bridge.
So let me get this straight real quick, okay? Come on. You on a slick bridge, you threw ball bearings on it. Just want to make sure you understand that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got a problem?
I put down my backpack, start pulling out some rope, and I kind of like turned to everybody. I'm like, we should probably go single file. We should all hold on to a section of rope, tie it off to your hand, just in case one of us falls. We can capture that person and try and pull them back up. Anyone against this idea?
I mean, no offense, big guy, but if Trovic falls, he's taking us with him.
Then he'll be in the back.
Then if he goes in the back, that means we're all falling.
Well, I mean, would you rather like you fall off and we don't save you? Mr. I can't climb trees?
I take one big step right in front of his face, in front of Gaynar's face, and go, I might not be able to climb trees, but at least I don't fall in front of a bunch of wolves that Trovic took care of by himself.
Do you
Then-
want me, the lighter, to check how sturdy this bridge is? And then we'll see if we fall.
Go right ahead. I'm just saying, it's cold up here. Spray from a waterfall. I don't trust it.
I'm walking across the bridge.
How far are you walking out onto the bridge?
How long is the bridge again? Like,
Let me give you a good measurement. Sorry. It's decently
he
long.
has a map. He has a map.
I mean, it's
I mean, you can move up to 30 feet, right?
yeah, it's
So-
probably about 140-foot long bridge. Like it's a long stone bridge arcing over this gigantic chasm.
Okay. I'm gonna go cautiously 30 feet.
Okay, 30 feet.
I'm going to hold my actions right at the corner of the bridge, just waiting in case something happens.
Okay. Right at the corner of the bridge, Gaynor, I'd say you're over here having that argument with him. Okay.
Do you have like a map or something that you're looking at?
I'm doing
He
stuff real
does.
quick. Yes, of course
Okay,
I
okay.
do. You know this. That's why I asked for positioning. Okay. Gwen, as you step out onto the bridge, the stones, the slabs, they're a bit slick. The bridge itself, it's thick. Like, it's a bridge that carts and things seem to go over, at least somewhat frequently. The bridge itself is sturdy, and you make it about 30 feet out onto it, and the sound from the waterfall is now loud in your ear. On the left-hand side of you, but you make it out 30 feet onto the bridge, and you're just kind of standing there looking back at the party.
Yeah.
Can I look up those gargoyles again to see if anything changed?
Make a perception check for me.
20.
They just look like stone gargoyles. They
Okay.
look a little sad.
Aw.
It's sad gargoyles.
Alright. Well,
Then I start making my way across.
same.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait for them to sort of be like 5 feet, and then I'm gonna carry on.
Is everybody crossing? Osgood and Irina is gonna stick kind of to the middle behind you guys. Trevor, can you follow me?
Yep.
Okay. And you said you're continuing ahead?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so. as you all get about halfway across the bridge, I need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Oh, Jesus.
As the wind picks up a little bit and the spray of water blasts a harsh cold onto all of you.
Wait.
That is 1, 2, 3,
That was a 4?
4. I need to roll for Osgood. I forget that I have to do this. Pardon.
Dice are funky.
And Constitution saving throw. Boop, boop, boop. And Irina makes a save. Okay. So that is... wow. Okay. Everybody except Trovik takes 2 points of cold damage.
Oh.
As a sharp gust of wind and a spray of water comes off the bridge in your direction, kind of shaking you all and shaking your balance just a little bit. You're about halfway across the bridge at this point, and then suddenly, in front of you on the bridge, you see a shadowy figure. As you're kind of regaining your composure, you all look up, and you see in front of you what appears to be the shape of a man. Standing there, looking at you all. I will give you all a picture, even though you all can kind of see it, just because things and fun. Of all the handout.
Well, at this point, Braun is the one way in front, so.
I'm in front.
Is the one in
Yeah.
front. And
Uh,
I will. So you see this man standing on the bridge in front of you.
I am.
I mean, we're not going back, I suppose.
No.
Yeah, there's only one way to go. We're going to go straight ahead. And we probably should be moving
I'm good.
because, it's going to get
Yeah.
more cold blasts.
Yeah.
And he says,
Hello. Your presence is requested at the castle.
What castle?
I am a loyal servant of our Lord Strahd von Zarovich.
it is too cute.
Well, that's not in the direction in which we're going.
Me?
You just cut out, guy.
Sorry.
It's all
You
good.
can come with me. Everything has been taken care of. Everything's prepared. I'm sorry, guys. It keeps cutting out and
You're
coming
good.
in.
You're good.
That's
You're
fine.
good.
Yeah. Okay. I wasn't sure if you heard everything or not.
Everything's prepared is the last thing we heard.
And you will all be well taken care of.
Seems this man is inviting the party to the Castle Ravenloft.
Kelma, at this time, he hasn't even broken his stride. He's still walking. And as he's walking towards the guy, all he says, he looks him dead in the eye, he goes, last time Strahd tried to take care of us, this was skeletons and attacking us. So, let's just say, I don't really appreciate his version of taking care of us. How about we do what we need to do before we take care of him?
Well, I want to go home just as much as you all do.
Please forgive the coarseness of my friends. I smile really brightly. But you have to understand. Past dealings with your master have not been the best, and we really do need to be on our way. We have quite the road ahead of us, and such a delay would be... Well, you must understand. I am tempted to persuade him.
Make a persuasion check. And mysterious man, if you would make a... What does persuasion go against? Would it be general charisma, I guess?
I guess.
Isn't it wisdom or intelligence?
Yes,
Yeah,
intelligence.
it's intelligence. Okay, make an intelligence check for me. Just general.
Jesus.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
That didn't work.
Your attempts to persuade him to let you pass do not seem to hold any sway.
I understand your point of view, but my lord is not one that you want to make angry, hence your past dealings. It would probably be wise for everybody to come with me to the castle.
Can we see like how Irina's doing during all this? Like what she looks like, what she's doing.
She seems to be. She's got a cold look on her face. You all do recall that her brother was taken to the castle. She's a little bit nervous. She's kind of looking at you all, wondering what you all plan to do. As you look back over your shoulder, that's basically what you can gather from her face. Like she
So
hasn't put her hand on her blade yet, but she's got a little bit of look of concern. Like she knows you all, but she's not sure what y'all's decision would be. Does that make sense?
Right. So Gaynor wants to. I want to ask Irina, like, what does she want to do? Does she want to continue on, blow this guy off, or does she want to go to the castle? Keeping in mind that her brother's at the castle as well.
All right. Well, Ismark is there, but I do not want Strahd. I do not want him. I do not want to give myself to him. The plan was to go to Vallaki to escape him, not to walk into his chambers.
What would Ismark want for you? Or what would your brother want for you?
Ismark would only look to see me safe. If there was to be safety with Strahd, I do not feel it, but and she kind of looks up down the way and kind of yells out to you, the mysterious man on the edge of the bridge. It's like, why? Why does Strahd want me? What business could he possibly have with me?
You are the key to everybody getting home.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
Well, if you all come with me, we can show you, and we can all get home.
And she just kind of like drifts off into quiet, just kind of like pausing, pondering, kind of looking around at you all.
This seems too good. And if she's the key, what are they going to do to her?
Yeah. Like I said, at this point, Kelmon still hasn't broken his stride. He's still walking. He might have been past Branwen by now. Like he's
Probably.
yeah. I'm at this point. I'm passing the mysterious man, and I'm just kind of standing there behind him, holding my quarterstaff. Just not in a threatening manner. Just kind of waiting.
Kelma, we understand that you believe that you are just pawns. Come with me and let me show you what's going on, and I can get you home. I want to go home also, but I need you all to come with me to the castle so we can all get home.
He doesn't even say anything. He just stands stone-faced, just waiting, look at the party.
Forgive me, good sir, but I don't believe... I believe you have us at a disadvantage, because I assume you know our names, yet we do not know yours.
I am but a humble servant of our Lord Strahd.
Oh, but you speak as if you had a life beyond these lands.
Haven't we all?
Some, it seems.
Even Strahd is trapped here, like the rest of us.
I'd say, because I don't know if you'll get this. I'm sending you something real quick, Chris. So. Sorry, there we go. I sent you something on Discord, so.
I kind of look to the group and I'm like, what y'all think?
You can call me Lucius if you would like.
Is that your name, or is that what you want us to call you?
My name is Lucius.
What are you doing, group?
Oh, you had to walk away, didn't
Oh, he's on the other side of the bridge at this point.
I'm literally standing behind Lucius with my stick, just waiting, just seeing what everyone else is going to do.
Mhm.
Okay.
Sure.
I'm gonna look to the party. As much as this is not what we wish to do, I would put it out. I would make the suggestion that it is extremely rude to ignore the invitation of such a powerful man.
It's also extremely dangerous to accept the invitation of a very strong man.
Indeed.
We would be in his home turf rather than him being somewhere we know better.
I am alone.
Kelmal blurts out, "Oi, girl, you're making through us all this trouble. What do you want to do? If you want to go to the town, we go to the town. If you want to go to the castle, we go to the castle. All I know is I want to leave. Seems like both options might give us that answer. Choose."
She kind of stutters a bit. I don't know. I do not trust the devil, nor should anyone. I have seen too much of the tragedy he wreaks to believe that we would all be granted safe passage. He wants me. What do you think he would do to all of you?
Kelmal walks up to Lucius. I put my hand on his shoulder. I just kind of give him a look like, if you want to leave too, and you're calling yourself a servant, it sounds like you've already given up. Why don't you just join us? Take this girl to this town. You've gotten clues. You could leave with us.
Because you are mistaken. That is not the way to leave. The only way to leave Barovia is to come with me to Castle Ravenloft.
Come on, make a perception check.
"21.
You gather that what he's saying might be extremely truthful. You know that you surmise over your course of traveling that getting the girl to Valaki does not get you a way out of here. It just gets the girl to Valaki.
Kelmal just puts his head down for a bit and then yells out to the party, "Well, what do you want to do? If this is going to get us home, I think that's it's all in our best interest." And the girl seems undecided. If she didn't want to go to the castle so badly, she would have told us definitively.
I mean, she kind of pipes up. I don't, but if it would further getting you all out of here, I would be remiss to at least try. I fear my life would be forfeit if I went to the castle. I fear my brother is no longer living. There is nothing for me there. But It would not be right to put you all in such danger.
I vote we go. And if this Strahd lies, then we'll kick his ass. Or die. Either way, we won't be here.
Any other opinions? I mean, to be honest, if we go to Strahd, there's probably going to be more men, so if we do need to fight, there'd be more fight there than here, I would suppose. Just saying.
I mean... I need everybody to make an insight check for me. Including Osgood. I need to do.
Do I hear this conversation since
I mean,
one guy's
you're-
on one side of me and he's talking to the people on the
Yeah,
other
I'm
side?
sorry.
I would
Yeah,
assume
I'm
nobody's
loud.
whispering. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're talking. Around.
Yeah, Kelmal's not big on whispering. He's just been blurting.
Got it.
And actually, I'm sorry. I apologize. First, I also need everybody to make a perception roll, except for Osgood and Bramwin. No, your insight still clicks. It counts. I'm
Well,
just-
perception for B2 again?
yes, this is for something different.
Oh, okay.
Had some-
Oh. Okay.
My apologies. Okay. Kelma, Trovik, Ganor, Bramwin. Okay. All right. So, for that insight check, I'll get to that in 1 second. The perception check, Gaynor. As you look at this man, you see that he has very familiar features. The rest of you are kind of busy back and forthing and conversing, and Kelma, you're behind him, so you don't really get this as much. And Branwyn, you don't recognize him, but his facial structure looks very similar. Gaynor, he looks like one of your party members in facial structure and feature. And as you kind of put together some pieces and look around, his facial structure is very similar to Branwyn's. His skin is about the same pale color. His hair, the same raven black. For that insight check, Branwyn and just Branwyn, because you have the nat 20. He seems to be being completely forward, but there's something he's not telling you. You're not sure what, you can't make it out, and you're almost positive you won't get it out of him, but this seems too easy. And as you know, nothing in this world is easy.
Kind of look at Brenwyn and I'm like, why does he look like you?
He does?
Yeah. You know, I got the same hair, same nose, same skin, same eyes. Hell, if I could see his ears, he'd probably have the same ears.
I say to Branwyn, you there, where are you from? What realm has brought you to Barovia?
Excuse me while I remember.
You, like everybody else, is from the Forgotten Realms. Do you remember your hometown, I assume?
Yeah.
Like,
Crystal Reach.
I was from there from one point before I came to Barovia.
How long ago or how long have you been here?
A little over 20 years, if memory serves correctly.
Surely not.
Surely not what?
Can, based on my past studies, can I tell if he's human?
I mean, she did get a 20 on her insight check.
You can tell that he looks almost human. But as he smiled in conversation, slightly pointed teeth give it away.
Of all the people Strahd would send. Of course, he knows. Tell me, does the name Rowena mean anything to you?
Hey, Mark, does it?
It does. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, that was on the character sheet. You're good.
Oh, sorry.
There was 2 pages of details. I'm just needing it.
I was reading them earlier. I forgot that specific name.
Yeah,
Sorry,
so
guys.
yes,
No,
it
it's all
does.
good.
It does ring a bell. You remember a Rowena, the lady of a region named Crystal Reach.
I remember the story. I remember the backstory now. I just didn't remember the name.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes, it does ring.
Yes, it rings a very clear bell. And who might you be?
Her daughter. Your daughter.
Well, all the more reason to trust me and come with me. I mean you no harm.
Trust you, I know what you are.
And what are
And what-
you?
At this point, Kelmal has broken his kind of like his blank stance, and you see him kind of crouching down, holding his quarterstaff in one hand. He is not liking where this conversation's going.
Okay.
Am I? I am a half-blood.
We share blood.
We share the worst part of me.
If I wanted to kill you, you would all already be dead.
That, I'm sure.
Kelmal stands right behind him now.
I kind of look at Gwen. I'm like, half-blood of what?
Vampire. I'm half vampire.
The entire group now hearing this revelation for the first time. Irina just kind of stares, her jaw slightly dropping a little bit. And she kind of takes a step backwards.
So if you're half-blood, use full blood. There's more than just one vampire in this world.
Of course there is.
There's at least 3.
Oh. What's Trophy got to say? It's just shock.
Trophic is Trophic is leaning on his axe. Shock silence. Yeah.
And Osgood's just kind of going to step up. It's like, wow. I don't know what this whole situation is, but it just doesn't sit well with me.
Osgood, you have been here longer than I have. Don't you want to go home?
More than anything, but there's no
And-
way to go home from here.
That you know of. We have not met yet. The way is with me. Please come to the castle with me and avoid any nonsense, unnecessary violence on the bridge.
All right, so this is just weirdly coincidental that we've been stuck here. I mean, you've been stuck here for, you say 30 years? Osgood, God knows how long he's been here. And you're telling me that you just appear and have the solution to getting out of here?
No, I told you I am the servant of Strahd. I have been sent here to bring you to the castle so that we can go home.
But from what we've heard, Strahd is also stuck here.
Strahd
So
would like
if
to
you-
go home also.
Right. So if he has the way to go home,
Irina
should
is
just-
the key. We need Irina to come to the castle, and you can come with her, and we can all go home.
he's your dad. What do you think?
God, Dad.
I mean, I'm sure he missed his fair share of ballet recitals, but come on.
Not for the last
He's a-
20 years.
Oh
He's a
my.
dad. He's a father I never knew.
Do you trust him?
No.
No.
All right. Well, I don't trust him. Oswin clearly doesn't trust him.
And Irina now looks more and more scared in the back line. Just a point of reference.
Kelma blurts out again. This time, basically in the ear of Lucian, just to annoy Lucian at this point.
Lucius, but yes.
Not Lucius, excuse me, Lucius. I'm like, girl, again, decide. If we want to go to the town, we go to the town. If you want to do this, we do this. You control your fate.
Exactly. You all control your fate. You can come with me
I wasn't talking to
or
you.
not. And I'm walking away from the party.
I don't want to go to the castle.
Let me continue on.
It scares me.
Let me continue on to the town.
As you all begin to head forward, kind of walking a little bit further on the bridge, a few steps more, and Kelma, as you watch the mysterious man kind of walk by you, you hear, he's kind of flipped his cape and kind of walked by you, you hear the crackling of stone come from above you. And the rumbling of earth from behind you on the other side of the bridge, louder even so than the waterfall coming down.
Off the bridge.
I need you all to roll initiative.
Oh God.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, my first decent initiative.
Yay.
Okay.
I think you still go before me.
Yeah. I think.
Your dex is +3, isn't it?
My dex is +4.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm
Never mind.
I'm Mr. Speedy Man.
Cool.
Okay. Let me organize and sort this, and then make a roll for Osgood, because I'm genius. And then I need to make a roll for Irina, too, because I'm so good at what I do. Oh, okay. And then Reno. Okay. So, descending turn order. Alright, good lord, y'all. And Kalmar goes first, Bramwin second. Alright. As you step on forward on this bridge, Kalmar being in front, you hear the crackling of stone above as these two gargoyles sitting on these perches about 20 feet high kind of come to life and begin to crackle out as the mystery man has kind of waved one arm out to the side, walking away from you as you all have made a decision to not join him going to the castle. The gargoyles begin to come to life, and you hear from behind you, down on the far side of the bridge, you see what appear to be zombies of some sort crawling out of the ground
Zombie.
and kind of like creeping out of patches of dirt. Sorry, there they are. Kelma, it's your turn.
I turn to the mysterious man and go, well, I guess this is Strahd's welcome again. Let me go say goodbye. And then I jump forward to the first. Oops.
That is 20 feet up in the air.
Oh, he's 20 feet up in the air?
20-foot high pedestals.
Oh, okay. I thought they jumped down.
No, they are still on pedestals, but they have now cracked out of stone form and come to life, and they are angry, screeching gargoyles.
All right. Then I walk up to old dude.
Okay.
Is he facing me, or is he just still has his back turned?
I would say he had an eye over his shoulder, so you didn't get a surprise on him, but back's turned-ish to you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like he flipped his arm out and kind of like turned halfway around. So, what are you doing?
Okay. I'm going actually just to grapple him. And I'm going to whisper something in his ear if I'm able to grapple him real quick.
Alright, so I believe we found out last night that grapple is a athletics check versus his athletics check.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so
And-
both of you make an athletics check, and it will count as your action. And because the gloves are grappling, you have advantage on athletics checks to grapple, I believe.
Yeah. So 14.
So 14. So you do manage to grasp onto and grapple the mysterious man. You'd have to put your quarterstaff on your back to do so, but yeah, you would
That's fine. I just
grapple around him. And you
I
got
grapple
him
around him and I just whisper in his ear real quick. I just say, look, I know we're all stuck here. The real enemy is the one who brought us here, and we know who this is. Let's talk someplace else and end this right now.
That's what I just tried to do.
Make a persuasion check.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Make a persuasion check. DC is probably pretty high at this point, but what's the check?
7.
Yeah.
7.
He whispers this into your ear, mysterious man, Lucius,
Mhm.
and that's all he does. Are you doing anything else on your turn, Kilma?
No,
He wouldn't be able to respond to his turn.
I'm
but
just
you're grappling.
I'm just holding on to him for the time being, so he doesn't do like I have a good grip on him, like so just in case he tries to wave his arms to do
Yeah,
anything
it's a
else.
decent grip.
Yeah.
I mean, even grappled, somebody can still attack and things
Yeah.
like that. Like the grappled action's not ridiculous; it's just grappled.
Yeah.
Let me double check and make sure I've got them grappled right in D&D, so I don't lose my damn place. Creature's speed becomes 0 when they're grappled, and they can't benefit from any bonus to speed. Yeah. So.
Yeah. I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not
so
trying. I'm not
it's
trying to
your
attack yet. Just
I
seeing
got
what he
you.
does.
I got you. Yeah. Branwyn.
So I see the things behind me and those in front. let's go for pulling out my crossbow, and I'm gonna go for the gargoyle on the right. Because of my assassinate feature, I have advantage on the attack roll.
You do. Gargoyle on the right.
And let me check, because I'm sure it's any hit is a crit. Yep, if I store a hit, it's an automatic hit. If I store a hit, it's an automatic crit.
So
So
that
that's a
is
crit.
12 plus 2 plus 3 times 2 is 6. That's 12 plus 2.
I
14
don't
plus
have sneak attack for that. Oh
You
yeah,
don't
no,
have-
I do. I have
You
advantage.
do because you have advantage. So that's 3 is 6. 12 plus 2 is 14. So that's 20 points of damage to that gargoyle. That is with your crossbow?
Yeah.
Your crossbow is not magical, is it?
No.
No, it's just
Shit.
regular.
It's gonna do nothing.
So
Yay.
it does damage, but not as much as you would have hoped. So it kind of like hits the gargoyle and kind of bounces off the flesh. Give me a second.
Yeah, just tell him to join on in.
Yeah, just tell him right now.
He just messaged me as well. He just missed all the revelations!
I know, he just missed all this plotty good stuff. He's gonna have to watch a VOD.
I
So
know.
our friend She may be joining us. So
Hey.
we will say, because his turn is gonna be coming up soon. I don't want to rob him of a turn.
I agree.
Let's take a 2-minute pause real quick. My apologies, guys. I just want to make sure if we got him coming, we got him coming, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah,
apologies
I'll
to
be
the
right back.
stream people. Everybody drink your water, do your things.
Drink your water, do your thing.
Yes, I just got a
Breathe.
free 500 bounder points of do your water. Drink your water, Fig.
Oh, you forgot to put it in the chat.
I don't need to put it in chat. I got it for free.
Doesn't count.
Sorry, y'all. I will put that on pause because I'm not gonna do it without. That'll be all right.
We'll fill Chi in. Break.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just do a quick summary to Chi. And thanks everyone who might be popping in to the stream. I appreciate you guys. There you go. Blueness did it. It's like, remember to drink your water. I'm drinking water.
Yeah.
I'm actually drinking water this time too.
Yes. So the greatest reveals ever, right?
Yeah.
Fun stuff.
F you, MTC. I was not ready for that.
No, I see you're not ready for most things.
Nim's getting all the interesting storyline beats here.
I mean, you all have them later on the road, but
Well, I'm
hers was
sure.
kind of squeezed into the first part.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I did this talk yesterday. Freaking. Oh. Ha. I have a bonus action.
Oh my lord, you and your bonus actions. Done with you. Oh
I'm
my
not doing it.
god, woman, and you're crazy. So I'm sorry, what was your damage? It was 20? Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. Something like that.
Cut in half is
12.
10. Yeah. Yeah. Because, yeah, and basically you
12.
gather that they have
Eight.
some type of resistance to non-magical physical damage.
Yeah. Of
But it is
course.
10 because you had the sneak attack. Or it's 20 to 10, yeah. So, and actually, I can change the music and reset the music because music is fun.
Hey.
There he is.
So,
Hell yeah.
Hey,
welcome, welcome.
the full party's here.
Yay! Just in time.
Oh god.
You are good. Jump into Roll20. Combat just started. I rolled your initiative for you, but other than that, we haven't gotten through the first round yet. So
Oh thank god. Okay. Oh
You
my
didn't miss
I
God.
mean, you missed
you are good.
all the call reveals.
Yeah,
but-
there
Yeah,
was
you missed a bunch of cool
God, yeah.
reveals. But
Combat.
You have to watch the VOD
Okay.
later, but
Yeah.
I really will.
we're just happy to
it's
have
okay.
you.
Right.
We're happy to have you here, buddy. I
Okay,
assumed you
I'm
would
so
come in
sorry.
about an hour later from now, just being like, I just woke up. Shit. So,
Yeah.
I mean, my bets were on an hour from now because I figured you was up early this morning, but we're good.
I was
glad
up
you made
until
it.
3 a.m.
I figured. Yeah, when you didn't get online in time, I was like, she's usually early. I feel like this is a sleepy thing.
Yeah.
It's all good
Yeah.
though. Yeah, just load into Roll20, pull up your character sheet. Get steady.
Roll20.net.
And everyone's
Also,
dead.
we have a guest character who is just engaged the party after a lengthy bit of conversations.
Awesome. Okay. Good to know.
And a heads up so that you know your enemy. He's a vampire.
Yeah, so, parenting issues coming up. We're going to take a little bit longer of a break.
Our mysterious man.
Oh, no, double entendre. We're actually taking a little bit longer of a break because
Okay.
our mysterious man's child has done things, so
Okay.
he just
I
sent me
mean,
a
we
text
can-
message. We can take a
I can
5
f-
here, yeah.
We,
like for-
yeah, and we can fill Chi in.
we can
Hi,
throw Chi in.
the mysterious man is my character's father, and you've just been told that I'm half vampire.
Oh, that's good. He expected that from the start, but he would probably have just kind of silently nodded and looked like he understood.
Yeah, and the current situation is we have zombies behind us, 2 gargoyles
Right.
up high that are all summoned by the mysterious man, and Kelma currently just has them in the grapple, kind of sort of whispering to him, like, you know, trying to defuse the situation, but Kelma's not one for defusing much.
No, he's not.
Okay, I came
and
in at a bad time.
You're
Yeah.
good. The plot is that the mysterious man tried to convince you all to go to Castle Ravenloft with him to get you all home, and the party had a back and forth about it. You were silent protagonist for that conversation, other than to kind of be wary of the whole thing. Irina doesn't really have a concrete decision. She just knows that she doesn't want to go to the castle because she's scared that nothing's as it seems in Strahd. But she didn't make a definitive decision, and then the mysterious man began to walk off, and then combat started. After some lengthy conversation and reveals where the humanizing of Strahd has begun.
Ugh, the humanizing of Strahd. I can accept it. Alright. Let's go.
And
Let's do
he
this.
is now dealing with his child who's done the bathroom thing, so
Great.
when he gives us the A-OK that he's back, we'll go.
Parent in real life and in D&D.
Well, I mean, I figure if I pick a parent that's gonna play a parent, I feel like it works better.
Yeah. There you go.
I mean,
I'm kidding, but the point is, it was just fun coincidence.
yeah.
But now he's just trying to.
We knew this was gonna happen too because we had called it. I was like, dude, as soon as you get in for the session, the kid's gonna go crazy. He hasn't stopped for like 2 hours. It's like I knew it was gonna happen. Love the kid to death. He's 4 and he's a ball of joy. But
Oh, he's 4. That's all you had to
that's
say.
The
It was like
explanation, he's 4. So
he's 4.
of course, Daddy's doing something and everything goes sideways. So
Oh,
that's
yeah.
fair. But no, it's good. Quentin's our little man. He's a
Yeah.
good guy.
Yeah. At 4 years old, if you're not the center of the attention, Ed is not going to fly whatsoever.
Pretty much. Pretty much. God, this character list is getting long. I need to move myself out of this character list when I bring in guest characters. But I can't. I can't because I'm the DM.
You're the DM.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about
I know. I
it.
just see it on Fig Stream and it's like taking up 2 lines. Oh, it's
That's
not.
fine.
Okay, cool. Cool.
Well, don't
On my
worry.
screen, it's taking up 3 lines.
Don't worry. Once we get all the art and stuff ready, I'll be making a brand new
Oh,
overlay.
yeah. Yeah. And by the way, guys, to everybody in chat, art should be coming in the next week-ish.
Yeah, we're gonna have art
Yes.
for the characters.
Hopefully on a accelerated schedule, we should have the proper art and overlays by next Sunday, but I don't want to guarantee that. So I'll say a soft probably.
Yep.
And
I wouldn't
then
mind making a
I'll
little
go-
intro as well. I don't know.
That's what I was going to work with you on this week, if we can get the last bits of art.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
think the only character we're missing is Chi's character, and my art is
yes.
fine to come later. And then
I could handle music for an intro.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, just a little jingle. You
and
know?
our mysterious man is also a man
I'm a
of music of
guitarist,
sorts. So
Yeah.
you might be able to give
Hi,
us some assistance.
3-way collab. Or
Yes.
4 weeks.
Hey.
Wicked is a drummer.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I like
the
it.
entire
Like our own
band on
intro
it,
song.
The whole intro and everything.
I mean,
Yeah. I have some
Alright,
lyrics written out.
what's
we'll
funny
send them
is
over.
is y'all all play an instrument of interesting type, and then our mysterious man Chris is like composer status. So,
Oh,
Yeah.
or like,
It's like this. Like, do you want me to play instrument? That might be a bad session.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, we
I
can
mean,
all
I played trumpet once when I was like in 7th grade.
You can play the drums as long as you can fake it. It should sound all right.
There you go.
Wicked is
But
Wicked
Wicked
is a
could
drummer.
actually play
But
the
no, yeah, but
drums.
Wicked is an
Yeah.
actual drummer, so I don't need to fake it. You got someone who knows what they're doing.
All right. Yeah, and everybody's health should be right.
Also,
Also,
if you
there's
have
a little
if you have like a one-line narration session, I'll do that. I could do that.
Yeah.
There should be there's a little bit of clerical stuff. Y'all got some items last session that the party would have been splitting up. So Osgood, after this, you can kind of take a look in the loot section on the Discord and kind of figure out if anything in there is appealing. Since you weren't around for the divvying of loot, and I don't want to take anything away from you for not being around for that session. Does that make sense?
Bron,
Yeah, I marked up stuff as for now, as in if you want to take it.
yeah, because
Yeah.
you took the sword, but like I know you were like kind of
Yeah.
you were just
There's
like
a
yeah
couple other
whatever.
things that were like,
It
yeah.
wasn't like something you wanted.
I'll
I mean-
have a look over and let you guys know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
Just in your
better
own
than
time.
my dagger as an offhand, but
That's
like
true.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
You're all about distance shooting.
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
because I will die up against anything.
Well, the anchor is
As a
actually the
thing.
more important part of my character, but I ain't gonna tell why.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've
Yeah,
actually worked
kinda
out something for that in the future because
Oh yeah, good stuff.
I mean I worked out something for everybody in the future, but the funny thing is that all Bramwin's stuff is coming to a head like quicker than I expected because I didn't expect her
Yeah.
to go down last session.
Oh
And then,
Christ! I'm in the middle of. Oh boy. Okay.
yeah, you're in
Yeah.
the field.
Hi,
Have fun. Oh no, that's not good.
that's not good.
No, it's
Okay.
not.
And again, thanks everyone in chat for being patient while we get
Yeah, thank
everything
you
set up.
guys.
So we really
There
do
we go.
appreciate it.
Christoph, you back? He's not back.
Oh, we're up.
Oh,
No,
he's
no.
having difficulties.
Hey, what's going on? I'm confused.
He keeps kicking in and out.
Yeah,
Oh,
You.
might be a Discord thing. Are you back?
Yes. I'm
Yeah.
good.
Okay, cool.
woo!
Okay, cool. So
The whole
now the
fucking
entire
thing.
the whole gang is here, guest character, regular characters, and all. Okay, so are we ready to get back to it?
Yeah.
Yes, we are. I think.
Okay. And Chris, you're good on your end with everything with Q.
All good. Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
Had a shitty emergency.
Parent stuff, fun stuff. Okay, so the last turn in combat was Bramwin pulling out the crossbow, shooting up at one of the gargoyles, and it flecked off the skin. Did damage. It pierced, but it shattered off the skin. That is, you have a bonus action MOA, I believe.
I do. I'm not using it. I'm backing up.
Okay, backing up.
Good.
In
good.
that group.
The gargoyle on the top side of the bridge up here, Kelma, is going to dive down behind you and take a claw attack at your back. And that is a 17 to hit because he has advantage.
That hits.
That is 4 points of slashing damage as he rakes across your back with Goliath-sized claws, just this massive stone structure. And then it is also going to take a bite attack at your neck. That is a 22 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
That is 7 piercing damage
Jeez.
as it just claws and then bites into you. That is the end of that gargoyle's turn. Osgood, the man with a plan, you were up.
Hi. So I'm surrounded by my companions right now, and the enemies are ahead of me, right?
Yes.
And behind.
And you have 3 zombies
And-
behind.
Behind. Oh fuck. Okay, I'm gonna take out the guys behind us because zombies are a little bit easier to kill, and I don't want them sneaking up on us. So scratch that 5 foot of movement. I'll move 10 feet over here instead, and I will take a shot at the nearest zombie. So DnDBeyond.
Yeah, so that would be this one here.
Yep.
There's a 17 that definitely
Mhm.
hits
Yep.
for
that's
6 points of
damage.
piercing damage.
Yep.
As you shoot, are you doing anything else with your shot, or are you just straight shot? I know you've got maledics and things. That's why I'm curious. I'm wondering.
Okay, I gotta get back to my...
All right.
Dying, sorry. Yeah, nothing else huge.
Okay.
I'll
As you
think
shoot,
about it tonight.
sorry, as you shoot through the zombie, you shoot into its arm, and like it almost hits at like the bicep muscle of the arm,
Okay.
and the piercing damage rips straight through the flesh, and you see what falls down to the ground is a zombie's arm right here.
No.
He
Oh.
grins.
Oh.
He grins, and the sparks of an idea begin to turn in his head.
Sorry, give me a second. I need to have a color that makes sense. And the arm falls to the ground right here.
Okay.
Oh, no, not there. Here. There we go. Okay.
Can I use the arm as a melee weapon?
Oh.
You can certainly try.
Beautiful. That'll be my next turn.
Are you doing anything else on your turn?
Nothing. I'm just gonna stick here because it seems safe.
Okay. It is now Irina's turn. And I realized in the last session that I did not give Irina her proper level ups. So Irina is one level higher than she was. She's a little more
Yay.
sturdy. She is going to pull out her dagger and chuck it back at the zombie in this direction. She's going to take a step here and throw it at range. That is a dagger for Irina. Chucking it. That is an 18 to hit for 4 slashing damage as she throws it at this zombie. And it lops off one of the legs of the zombie, dealing 4 slashing damage. The leg of the zombie falls and clatters to the ground and is here. Okay. That is the end of Irina's turn. The zombie up here is going to use his dash. He's going to move 40
The zombies
feet.
can dash?
Zombies can dash.
Oh no!
There's a running
He
zombies.
gets right up to here
Oh,
and dashes
God.
towards Irina, snarling and growling in her face. The zombie who's missing an arm and a leg is going to attempt to hop forward using his dash, and he gets to about here. The leg stands up on its own and begins to walk forward and hop forward here. And the arm crawls its way forward, dragging itself across the bridge to here.
I really want to use this thing as a melee weapon.
That is the end of that zombie's turn. The last zombie is going to sprint by all of these and get to here.
What, isn't Trovik before the last zombie? Dun, dun, dun.
Trovik
Yes.
is before the last zombie. I apologize. You're right, Trovik, you're up. My fault. I apologize.
You're good.
Long turn order. Irina hears this and just kind of like braces herself. After she's thrown the dagger, she kind of pulls out her rapier and is kind of facing the enemies. What are you doing, Trove?
Good question. Gonna move 30 feet.
Okay.
This way.
All right.
Oh. I'll throw my hand axes.
Okay.
At the gargoyle.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. So make an attack with your hand axe. That should be in range, I think. Yeah, so that definitely hits. As you throw the hand axe and it kind of like slashes into the back of this creature. It doesn't do as much damage as you thought it'd do, but it does make purchase and make the hits. That is 3 points of damage.
Okay, I'll throw my other one.
Shit. Okay.
Oof.
That is going to miss. As it kind of clatters off of the wing of the gargoyle. Are you doing anything else on your turn? That would have been your action to throw. Was that your bonus action to throw the other one?
Uh,
Or is that your war general to throw the other one?
no, I think
Because I think it was just a.
does
Wrong.
2-weapon fighting count as the bonus, or is that just
Yeah.
the action?
Yes.
Okay.
It would.
Then that's bonus action.
Okay, got it.
Then that's it.
All right, that's the end of your turn. This zombie is going to run its way up towards Irina as well, making the full 40 sprint there. And the zombies are now closing in from the back side of you. Gaynor, it is your turn.
Sweet. I am gonna use my bag of tricks as my action.
Oh God. What's the table on the bag of tricks? Now I gotta figure this shit out.
Oh, it's not bad. It's just I summon a companion.
Is it random though?
Oh.
He
It is a
randomly
random out of a
pulls out a
D8.
coat
Um,
and hucks it at the
I had the
enemy.
tan bag, right? Yeah, I had tan.
Yeah, you got a 10 bag. So roll a d8 for me.
Climbing gear.
2.
You rolled a 2.
So it's an ape.
Sweet.
It is an 8.
Let me look that
So,
up.
I got you. I'll do you one better. How about this? Where do you throw it at?
I throw it behind me in this direction.
Sorry, what direction?
Yeah, right over
Okay.
there. That's
Ping it
that's
again.
fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no, not there. 'Cause-
Not off the bridge.
He's
Yeah.
like, he pulls out an ape and just goes, "Go
Flies
swimming!"
up.
Woo!
Okay, so now I've got
Flies
ape
off into
statistics
oblivion.
for no fucking reason. Okay, cool. All right, so I have ape statistics. I will give
It raises
you.
the character sheet.
Do you have control of the ape, or does it just do
I have
ape
control
shit?
of the ape as a bonus action. I can have him move and attack.
Okay. So your action was to throw the ape fuzzball
Correct.
from the bag of tricks. Got it.
And now as my bonus action, let's see here.
I am going to
Tactician
share
would
this
use
with
the
you,
fingers.
so you can use it.
Yeah, he has two. He has multi-attack. He has fist, and he has
Oh,
rock.
Seriously? Multi-attack?
Yeah.
So
Huh. Nice, you alright.
So you can now control that, and you
Yeah.
should be able to see the stat block in your journal.
So yeah, well, oh yeah, I'll go after your stat block. 1 second, where's it at?
Got a wild shape mouth.
Yeah, you have multi fists and rock and things like that.
Okay, so he's gonna.
And whatever movement he has is normal. It's 30 feet
Yeah.
of feet.
Yeah, so he's
30
gonna.
feet
yeah,
of
I
feet.
was gonna measure it. Never mind.
It's 30 feet in a line.
Yeah, so he's gonna move to this one near Arena.
Centipede.
He's gonna run up to Arena because he likes Arena. Actually, he has a 5-foot area of attack. So
Yeah, so you need to get within range.
Yeah, it's like there. And then he's gonna do his fist attack. How do I roll for him?
You would just, on that character sheet, just click the word fist. It should auto roll.
How do I pull up that character sheet?
In your journal, just double click on it. Or click on the word ape and it should pull up the bioinfo character sheet.
Gotcha. And then character sheet. And
And then you just click on the black word fist.
Okay.
And when it highlights red, it should do. Jesus!
Wow.
correct.
Okay.
King
First.
Kong is fucking angry.
Yeah, well, that's
He
he got.
fucking smashes his head in.
So that is 2 times 2 is 4 plus 3 is 7 points of bludgeoning damage. Yeah, so 7 points of bludgeoning damage as it punches into this
Well, he
zombie.
did. Wait. He does
Yeah.
one. Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
And then he has
Alright.
multi-attack, so he does it again.
Okay. Multi attack now. That is an 18 that hits. That is 4 bludgeoning damage to this zombie, who screams in the face of the monkey, just like, "Ugh." Yeah.
But I'm gonna.
Okay.
I'm just gonna move up right there.
Okay.
And
And
down
the monkey's on your turn order, so just
Correct. Yep.
Since-
He's
since
as my
I-
bonus action.
Does the zombie speak in a language such as Abyssal, Deep Speech, or Infernal?
no. he
Probably
is,
not.
I
just
can't understand it.
yelling.
That's a shame.
Just,
Surprisingly,
I mean, you might understand the monkey.
I know.
We
yeah,
negotiate.
the monkey could be speaking in infernal.
Oh,
The monkey's
Christ.
like, "What the hell am I doing here?" It's like, "I'm gonna hit this thing." Blah, blah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
Lucius.
and Kelmon goes, "Shut up, keep swinging."
Lucius, it's your turn.
I tell Kelma that not fighting and going somewhere else to talk sounds like a great idea. I wish I would have suggested that. And then I'm going to bite him on his neck.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But it's
Oh,
that is
shit.
a natural critical.
Oh.
That is 6 times 2 is 12. 1 times 2 is 2. That's 14. 18 points of piercing damage. And 18. So it's 20 points of piercing damage to Kelma's neck.
And I assume I'm no longer grappled.
Kelma, you're gonna have to make a Constitution check. That was a heavy.
What heavy? I'm down.
You're down.
Whoa.
20 points of damage puts you down.
Remember, because the
You don't
gargoyle.
get hit by the
Remember,
Oh, because the gargoyle.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, you are down.
yeah, I held him. The gargoyle
As
slashed
you are
me.
grappling him, you fall down to the ground after he bites you in the neck and begins to drain some
Hey.
of your blood.
Real quick,
Yes,
I can use this as a reaction.
you can.
Oh shit, he's within 60 feet of me. Shh. God damn it, it's not 30 feet.
It's
Okay, never
not.
mind.
Okay. As Kelma's body kind of slips the grip and just kind of slides down at the feet of Lucius. Jesus, good.
Hold on. Because of that, is it
you
something
would be
that
able to use your special, yes.
my special, because that was going through. So the moment that happens, again, the party hears this almost otherworldly scream come from Kelma, and you just see this black, like, necrotic burst comes out of him, and I'm basically comes out
the scar in his chest, yes.
from the scar from my chest, and all of a sudden, hellish rebuke gets
Okay.
cast.
It's cast. I need you to make a dexterity save for me, Mysterious Man.
Mysterious man.
Mysterious Man.
Who happens to be named Chris?
That is a save, so it's half damage, right? Yeah, so you take 11 points of fire damage.
What the fuck am I gonna do? Oh man.
As your hellish rebuke goes off, a little bit of that seems to be like the blast hits. Does it hit an area, or is it just?
It's an area of effect. It's basically like a necrotic bomb.
All around you. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Like 60 foot
how many
range.
feet is it? Well, 60-foot range. What's the radius, though?
I don't know.
No, it doesn't have a radius. It's an individual attack.
Oh, it's
you
an
point at
individual
the
attack,
creature.
okay.
Yeah, you point
So
at the
it would
creature and
happen-
affects them.
Well, I know that, but we
you
made
point-
this custom, I think. So
Oh.
Yeah, because
I gotta make sure I'm
basically
doing it
it's
right.
just like a bubble comes out of me, almost like a because it's
That's
excuse
right.
me.
Yeah, we.
Oh,
said
you
it.
know what? I cancel that because I collect hellish rebuke and not uncontrollable energy.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, hellish
So
rebuke is to
scratch
me.
that.
Yeah,
Roll. So
that was my
roll.
fault. That was my
Alright,
fault.
So let's redo this. So click your uncontrollable energy.
Yeah, let me click uncontrollable energy because that has a 20-foot range, and that's a
Okay.
cone. Hold on, let's see.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, that was my
Mysterious.
bad. That was my bad.
Yeah, so it's a cone, so it would still only hit
Yeah.
Lucius, but yeah.
Yeah,
So
I mean he could keep the same save, but that's
yeah, so he makes the
We're
save,
in
so that's
tough
11
spot.
points of necrotic damage. So you take the full brunt of 11 points of necrotic damage, Lucius. I
yeah.
apologize.
And then the gargoyles around me.
Not
should-
that fire
That's
damage I was
exactly the
thinking
same.
earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The gargoyles around
yeah.
me should get the same thing as well because it's just a 20-foot circle burst.
You
Right.
said it was a cone.
We said it was a cone,
Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
What's it called?
Necrotic energy, watch over the creature. The target must. Hold on.
though. Yeah,
Oh, well.
it's...
Yeah, it's not a bubble. If it's a cone, it means it goes one direction. From you in one direction.
Well, so... No, it's range area 20 feet.
So it is.
So it's a bubble.
It's
I
a
think we
bubble.
made it a bubble, yes.
Yeah, I think it was a bubble because it wasn't like I'm aiming it. It
Because
just
in
happens.
the other fight, it was a bubble because it hit everything around you
Yep. So
when
that
you
would-
dropped.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
So that's 22. So they both need to make a con save, is what you're telling me. Got it.
Yeah.
Give me a
So
second, sorry.
basically, everyone around me needs to make a con save.
we have skills and things.
Yeah.
we play games.
We play
Right.
games.
So that's a con 19 and a con 20, so they both take half damage. So both gargoyles take 11 points of necrotic damage. Got it? Okay.
Yeah.
As Kelma falls to the ground, unconscious.
Oh god, we gotta get him up.
That's the end of Lucius. What else are you doing? Because that was just your bite and the reaction to it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and sorry, him going down caught me off guard. I didn't expect that. So
Me either. That's a natural 20.
Yeah.
Bad.
you didn't just bite my neck. You like ripped it off.
Uh-huh. And Blueness knows all about that. Hi, Blue.
all right, I'm gonna go. I'm going to move. Oh, sorry, one. I'm gonna move here, and I'm going to cast Lightning Bolt.
Yeah, because the bite was a bonus action. That's right.
This
Okay.
way.
Oh Christ!
Can y'all see that line?
Yes. We
Yeah.
can see that in
Okay.
How much
Make
health
your
do I have?
attack roll, or click a button, and then we figure out what the saves are.
I might survive this.
You might.
Oh
No.
I need everybody, Trovic, Gaynor, Osgood, and Monkey to make a
And monkey, especially
Dexterity
monkey.
saving throw.
Shit!
Jesus.
What the fuck?
Gaynor, you save.
How do I make the monkey do
Perfect.
dexterity saving throw?
Uh,
Roll?
Oh, I think.
Click on
rolled
him and
a,
just
I
hit
rolled a
that.
21, please.
You did roll a
How did you do
21.
that?
You did roll
Okay.
a 21. Let me see if I can make a save for the monkey. Give me a second.
Oh
I
my
got you.
god.
His roll would just be a straight dex roll. So, Monkey rolled a
Oh, here we go.
7.
Monkey got
I
blasted.
just rolled it for him. So Monkey got blasted. That is 36 points of damage to Trovic and Monkey, and that
Monkey,
is
no.
18 points of damage to Gaynor and Osgood. I think Monkey's down.
How
Monkey's
far
down.
is he from me?
Technically, monkey.
40
Technically,
feet.
monkey is now a ball.
God damn,
Monkey's a
he's-
ball on the ground.
Shit.
So
Yeah,
why did we take 18?
because you saved. You took
Half
half
the
damage.
damage.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Half as much damage on a save.
That's
Trovic,
18
are you
points of
down?
damage, eh?
Yep.
Jesus.
Whoa,
What?
Trovic's down?
He wasn't at full health from the wolves.
Oh.
I didn't have any moves either. Like, I basically just had
No.
a weapon.
No, he had
I'm
we had a
nearly down
we had
as
a rest
well.
before this. He should have been healed.
Yeah.
Short
Oh, really?
rest.
Yeah,
Short
It was
rest,
a short rest.
Oh wait, I have 40 HP and it put me on 22. Why did it? Okay.
Hold on. What?
I have 40
Yeah.
HP, not 29.
Yeah. No, so do it
Was
on your
I
character
on-
sheet.
22 for some reason.
Those numbers were wrong because I can't edit the red and the blue numbers that you set up on there.
Oh right, yeah, okay.
Do it off your character
Yeah.
sheet. We'll go by those numbers because those are the more accurate, right?
Yeah, okay. I'm on 19.
Let me look
then.
at all this and make sure I'm right. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm on
As a
19 then.
reaction to that,
Yeah, because Trovic was only at 33 health when we started this fight, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
all right. So
You
as a
can react
reaction to
for
that,
sure.
I point at Lucius,
Uh-huh.
and I'm like, "You're dead." And I cast
Nice
Hellish
rebuke.
Rebuke.
Lucius, I need a dex save.
All right. 15.
That is
This
10 points of
is
fire
a
damage.
lot.
Do I take half that because I'm resistant to it?
Yes. That is 5 points of fire damage.
Wait. Vampire resistant to fire?
I
We're
have
doomed.
mutagens.
Armor,
Oh, man,
Oh,
I'd like to
armor.
maybe
Oh.
use a mutagen.
probably.
Ugh.
God.
Wait, dim. Right! This is gonna be fun.
Okay,
I should have remembered that on the first Hellish Rebuke.
That one was necrotic.
well, it turned into necrotic because it was uncontrollable energy. so-
Yeah, because
Which-
Oh,
yeah, it was
Okay.
necrotic and not.
Vampires resistant to necrotic?
Damn tears are not.
I know I'm not. Isn't he?
Vampires are the living dead, not the undead.
True.
Sorry, so what was that distance? I gotta make sure I'm doing it right. So this gargoyle is... Because that was the end of your turn, Lucius, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Gargoyle has to fly down 20 feet and forward 20 feet. So even with its dash, it would just get up on you. It would not be able to make an attack because it would dash all the way to beside you, Branwyn.
Shit. Cool.
Kelma, I need you to make a death saving throw for me.
Just a pure 20, right?
So on your character sheet,
Mm-hmm.
here's what you're gonna do so we can make sure we get this right. So, click the word death saves.
Yeah. I'm at the
And it should
little...
pop up a chart.
Yeah.
And then just click the Beyond 20 button.
Okay. Fail.
That's a failure.
Fuck.
That's the end of your turn, Branwyn.
Okay, I'm pulling out my swords. Well, my rapier and my short sword. I'm gonna have to go for this gargoyle by me.
If that gargoyle hits Kelma, he's gonna die.
Yeah, I know.
I should mention.
I haven't got anything I can do for him.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. Cool. I'm attacking the thing in front of me.
Okay.
Or beside me. That's my
What was
action.
the hit?
He makes a
14.
good point. Do I have my oil still?
That hits. So
I
that
have
is...
oil.
You have oil, yes. You have all your
I have
things.
oil.
Nothing has gone awry yet. So that is 6 points of piercing damage. Yes.
Yep.
Assassinate's only on the first turn, right?
Only on the first turn.
Okay, yeah, so that's 6 points of damage. Okay. What else are you doing?
Bonus action to weapon fighting.
Bonus action.
Ah!
It's a natural 1 with the Moon Touch sword. As you swing through and you just like clatter off of his wing and it kind of bounces back in your direction.
I'm gonna shout out to Lucius. If Strahd needs Arena alive, this isn't the way to go about this. In other words, please stop fighting.
That's what I
Please stop
tried.
fighting.
Okay.
Shit.
I have. Oh.
Okay.
How badly are vampires affected by holy water?
Oh.
These are good questions. Give me a second, I'll
2d6
figure it
radiant
out.
damage.
Give me a second, I'll
against
figure it out.
undead
Give me a
human.
second. Yeah,
Alright.
that would probably be it. He's not... No vampires are weak to radiant damage. They just take it. You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yep.
I would say they would count as some form of undead, so I would say that makes sense.
Right.
Sorry, it's this gargoyle's turn first, though.
I could make that happen.
This gargoyle is going to fly down over and sit on Kelma's chest,
Oh, interesting.
pinning him down to the ground.
Trying to kill us? This man? Or.
Bless you.
It is going to rake up one of its claws and just kind of like pick up Kelma's unconscious head from the ground and just kind of like hold it and look around, kind of like snarling towards the group. That is the end of the gargoyle's turn. Osgood.
I am going to take out. Okay, so can I coat a bullet in holy water?
In 6 seconds.
Yep. And fire it if it's been prepared.
I would say you had to have prepared something beforehand.
Yeah.
Not being here kind of
Okay.
deters that.
Okay. In that case, I'm
I'd say
gonna
you
take
can
out a
throw the
flask
holy
of
water.
oil.
I can say you could shoot a bullet, but yeah.
Uh,
Okay, flask of oil.
I'm gonna take out a flask of oil. I'm gonna look at the vampire. I'm gonna look at the bridge.
Uh-huh.
Here's
It is a
the deal,
stone bridge.
mates.
Stone
It's a
bridge.
stone.
Okay, it's stone. It's not
Yeah.
wood.
No, it's stone. It looks
Stone.
like
Never
it was
mind.
the only bridge I
can't do
had.
that then.
I know, I'm sorry. Visual
Right.
issues. Stone bridge. Water coming off the
Right.
waterfall, slick stones.
What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Okay, this might really fuck me up. I need to think just how far I am from this guy. 40 feet? This could really suck for me. It could kill me. But I need to think about whether or not this is worth it. Okay. How strong does he look?
He seems pretty sturdy. He's not. I mean, he's hurt, but he's not
Does he look like
showing
he can
any
fly?
signs. What's that?
Does he look like he can fly?
You haven't seen him fly yet?
Does he have wings? Is what I'm
No.
trying to ask.
No. He's
Right.
he's a man.
I'm gonna dash towards him and try to push him off the bridge.
Okay. So that would be, what's your movement speed?
Can I use a bonus action also to consume a mutagen?
You know what? I'll say sure.
I will consume potency. I gain +3 strength. I am now at +1 with a strength of 13.
Okay. So here's my thing. So I don't have a problem with that. My thing is you were here, right?
Yep.
What's
That's
your
40
movement?
feet. Right.
40 feet.
Fuck. 30, eh?
Yeah.
Mm,
You'd have to
that's not gonna
dash,
work
and that
then,
would take
right?
up your action.
That'd be a dash. Take up my action.
Yeah.
Ah, crap. Okay.
We're by the rules. We're by the rules, right?
Okay.
Now,
In that case, I'll move my 30 feet. I'll take my mutagen.
you could get.
and
Well, no, you could get to. Yeah, you could probably get to here in front of Trovic. That would kind of be
Okay.
your range.
Okay, I make my way over then.
Okay.
In that case, I am going to use my Blood Maledict, and I'm going to use Blood Curse of the Eyeless.
Okay.
So I'm going to take 1d4 damage to amplify this. So I take 2 damage, and I'm going to invert Blood Curse of the Eyeless. When a creature within 30 feet of me makes an attack roll. Oh, it's only a reaction, huh?
Yes, it's only a reaction.
I can't use it as an actual standard action.
No,
Right.
I don't think so.
All the things I want to do, I can't do. Shit.
Sorry.
Ah!
Sorry.
Okay. How do I'm just like, I'm agonizing over this now because I don't know what to do. Fuck. Do you want us alive or dead?
I wanted you alive.
Then what's the holdup? Why are you trying to kill us now?
Because you wouldn't come with me. You didn't accept my invitation to come with me alive.
Good words. Good words.
We might not have accepted, but we didn't put up the possibility. We didn't discount the possibility entirely.
Irina is coming with me to the castle. You can come also, if you'd like.
I look back towards the party and I'm like,
That's
we're all
fine.
going to die otherwise. I don't see too many other options.
It's none of our turn.
It's none of their turns. Nobody can say anything. You got more words out than I should have let you get out on your 6-second turn. But yeah.
I'm gonna
You're not being
look back
lenient
at
with
him
the
and I'd be like, all right. And I guess I'm just gonna, I don't know. I'm not gonna do too much.
I mean, you have attacks, you have things if you want to.
I know I don't want to attack him because then he's just gonna attack me back.
And you also have gargoyles. It's up to you.
All right,
You do
I'll
you.
make an attack against the gargoyle. at
I'm not
very
telling you what
least.
to do. You do you. You can hold your action if you want to.
Yeah, I'll make an attack against the gargoyle behind me, 20 feet away, the one that's currently attacking him away.
Okay.
That's
That hits.
14. That's 10 points of piercing damage. I'm not going to re-roll that.
Okay. We said you magicked bullets, right? Are you silvered bullets? Yes.
I haven't silvered bullets. No, I wasn't there for it, so I'm not gonna make that a thing.
And was the gun +1 or anything like that, or is it just straight gun?
No. It's just a straight gun.
Got it,
It
got
has It has +6 to hit, and it's 1d8 +2.
Gotcha. Okay, so as the bullet kind of flies and hits the wing of this gargoyle, it does damage, but the pellet kind of falls off onto the bridge.
He shrugs.
I mean, it did take damage, but not as much as you were hoping.
Yep. I figured as much.
Irina. Wow. At this point, she's far enough away from the gargoyles that she can kind of get away. She's going to run over here and swing her rapier. That is an 18 to hit. That is 5 piercing damage. She's going to multi-attack. That is an 11 to hit. That misses. So that is another 5 damage on the thing. Okay. And this gargoyle is not looking good. Like, even though her blade didn't fully make purchase, this gargoyle is not happy. Zombies are going to... Yeah, they're still going to have to use their dash action to get up to you. Of course they are.
If they use their dash, did they get an attack?
No. They're hobbling. The limbs are kind of crawling along the bridge at this point. No, they can get right up to you, but they can't make an attack action. Yeah, so they're going to harrow in and get on you, but they can't make those attack actions for either Branwyn or Irina this turn. Trovik, I need you to make a death saving throw. And Trovik breathes back again, back with 1 HP, back from the edge of death. Trovik, it's your turn.
God,
You are 1 HP and lying down on the ground, but it is your turn, sir.
oh my god.
Fucking natural 20s, man. Jesus.
There's not much we can do, is there?
I mean, you say that.
I'm gonna throw down my...
Throwing down your axe. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You doing anything else on your turn?
I do not.
Okay. Gaynor, what are you doing?
I'm supposing I surrender.
Doesn't sound like a very happy surrender.
It's not.
It really is.
Like, what is a surrender just happy? Just like,
Yeah.
I mean,
it's like, oh, joy, I give up.
this is true.
like angrily, I just.
Your army treats
My
you so
hands up.
badly that you just like you're relieved to see somebody
Did I
else.
skip a Branwyn? I didn't, did I?
Yo, Kalma!
It's better that he's unconscious. He'll fight anyways.
Lucius, it's
Goddamn
your
rude.
turn. In front of you, the Minotaur has stood up, kind of down on one knee, and thrown his battle axe down. Gaynor sitting there preparing and had not cast a spell at you.
Okay. I am going to attempt to... Actually, I'm going to ask the rest of the party if they feel the same as the Minotaur and are willing to come with me peacefully.
I'm going to die otherwise. I might as well.
Kalma
No.
burbles blood from his mouth.
Return.
I'm gonna look at Irina.
She's just kind of like backed in the corner with zombies. It's like,
I mean,
I mean, right now she's got a gargoyle behind
Ain't
her
much you
and
can
2
do.
zombies in
Yeah.
front of her, and she's just kind of like panic on her face. She just kind of like looks around and just kind of like gives a shaky nod.
we yield.
Well then, please sheathe your weapons and come with me.
Okay, so if that's the end of your turn, sir. The gargoyle sitting here is going to fly back up and off the bridge, keeping a
We were
distance,
not the
but
right level for this
keeping
fight.
an eye on y'all. You actually were over-leveled for this fight.
Really?
The problem was that lightning blast.
Yeah.
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 The
Lightning
problem
bolt did a
is
lot
that
of
we were
damage.
all like,
Cluster
after
fuck.
it was 2 fights took
Yeah.
today.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
Mm-hmm.
2 or more. I mean, the average encounter rate is 3
right,
or 4.
this is the
But
second for most of you, but the third for me.
this
Yeah.
is true.
Right.
That's right, because you had wolves. Fair enough. Okay, so the gargoyle is going to fly off. Kelma, I need you to make another death saving throw for me.
Oh, I swear if this is a nat one,
Please.
Yeah, please no nat ones. All right.
Alright,
You
Let's
just
see.
had to say something.
The moment of truth.
Yeah,
I fail again.
that's another
He's
fail.
dead.
He's down at 2 fails. He's not
Wait,
dead
what?
yet, but he's almost
Oh.
dead.
I thought he rolled a natural 1 earlier.
No.
no,
No.
we good. We're still good.
Christ.
Still good.
But
I
he's
got
on the edge of life.
You're
Brenwyn,
not
are
good.
you putting down your weapons?
Glaring and sheathing my weapons. I'm not putting them down. They're going.
Not putting them
sheath.
down, but you're putting away your weapon.
Yes.
They have a medkit.
Okay, the other gargoyle kind of flies back up and sits back on its perch. Osgood, you agreed as well, yes? Irina kind of
Yeah. I'm
looks
gonna
at the zombies around her and just kind of
I'm
scared.
gonna look over at the mysterious man and sort of wander past him towards Kalma.
Okay.
Look to him for confirmation.
He's not going to stop you.
Alright. I'll make a medical check versus Kalma.
Okay, make a medicine check.
Oh,
I was
God,
actually
do not
looking
have
to see
any-
if there was any way that I could heal him.
I don't think you got anything like
That's a
that.
12.
Yes.
You help to stabilize Kelma with your medicine of 12. Kelma, you are no
Alright.
longer on death saving throws, but you are unconscious for 1
Hour.
hour.
All right.
Thank God.
Good. Honestly, good. Jesus Christ.
So should I just put myself at like a 1 hit point or something? Or
Yeah.
Yeah, just put
Yeah.
yourself at 1 hit point.
all right.
But technically,
You're
you're still
unconscious.
unconscious.
Yeah,
for
I'm
now.
just oh,
If somebody heals you, that ends. But
Yeah.
right now, you're just
yeah.
downhill. And that is as Irina kind of stands there with her blade out, looking at gargoyles, or not gargoyles, zombies. The zombies and the limbs just kind of like look around and step back a step,
Mhm.
and everything kind of hops back, even the leg and the arm. And Lucius kind of looks at you all, beckoning further down the bridge for you all to follow.
I want to thank the zombies before we leave.
RCD.
You guys showed great charisma out there.
They begin to shamble back across the bridge.
Absolutely incredible performance.
Yeah. You remember that 1% we talked about, boys and girls?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is that. So,
Yeah.
okay. Good for y'all. So
Can I go pick up my monkey? I want my monkey back.
That's
you
the
can
statement.
walk back past the zombies and pick up your monkey as the zombies are walking back off the bridge like they just finished union work.
As I like follow along, I open the cylinder of my revolver and I look at the one bullet left in there, and I just sort of like look back at the party and shudder, and then slowly close it again.
Mhm.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Slowly sheath it.
Oh no. Okay. So Lucius walks to past Kelma and Osgood, kind of beckoning, follow me this way, and we'll go to the castle. And Irina reluctantly sheaths her rapier for the benefit of the party and kind of walks as well with the rest of you.
I'm gonna
Okay.
walk beside her. If she lets me.
I'll walk behind.
She just kind of cuts you a look. It's almost cold, but she's still Irina under the cold glare, if that makes sense. Like she's
I mean, okay, if she's glaring at me, that's a step behind.
There ain't
She's
much we can do.
uncomfortable about you. I guess that's what you get from that glare. And Kelma's unconscious body still laying in the hands of Osgood on the bridge.
I just dropped the guy. I'm like, I'm not dealing with it.
Jesus, man. As Osgood's now laying, or standing up after dropping Kelma on the bridge, and Kelma just laying unconscious on the bridge. The rest of you begin to trek the rest of the way across this slick stone bridge, the sound of the waterfall still pounding in your ear, and you all make it over to the other side, as Lucius kind of leans his hand out, like, follow me type thing, and you all begin to walk a little ways down the path.
No one's grabbing Kelma.
Is anybody grabbing Kelma?
I'm not strong enough.
Fucking Christ.
No one can pick me
Right,
up.
fuck. And I walk back
Hey.
and I pick him up. And
No. I want to
drop
give it
him
a. I want to give it a shot,
Oh
but
my
I'll use my
God.
crowbar to get advantage.
Oh, okay.
Can the
Yeah, isn't
gargoyles
Trovic
carry
on the
it?
ground too?
Yeah, Trovic's down.
No.
Trovic's alive.
Oh,
though.
okay. Oh, yeah, he got up. I'm about to say, he's like...
Trovic's one out. I mean, Gaynor does have Healy stuff, so. But
I mean, I'm not healed. As long as Kelma's it's unconscious, we're fine doing this.
Yeah, pretty much.
I guess that's
And if he
fair.
does wake up, we just knock him out again.
Oh my lord, what a party!
We ensure he is out for this shit.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean that's honestly that's fair. I can't even take anything away from that. I'm sorry to think that you might be unconscious for a little bit.
Father's head.
So you're unconscious for a period of an hour. As you all kind of begin to slowly walk and pick up your companion members. Yeah. We are going to. You guys are walking down the path just a little bit, and you hear the sound of hooves and footfalls coming from down the path in the distance.
I look back.
It's in front of you.
I look ahead of me.
Sorry. I mean, could be back, but no. As you look ahead of you down the path, winding through these mountains further, you see a familiar, even at a distance. You're not familiar with it, Osgood, but the rest of you have seen this before. A jet black carriage with a green lantern attached to the front of it, being drawn by two massive black horses.
Oh, it's not the headless horseman guy.
No,
Huh.
No.
Oh, okay.
it is a heavy carriage that pulls up in front of the group, and the horses, with no driver, kind of stop almost as if commanded by some other essence. And the carriage is now in front of you all. Yes, you.
I want to look at the roof and see if it's possible to sit on that instead.
So I
I
will.
was gonna ask if I could tie Kelma to the roof, but okay.
I'll watch him. Don't worry.
So you see this carriage as
Oh,
the door
okay. I can probably sit on there.
opens up in front of you. That lantern is green, by the way. Just theater of the mind. This. The carriage kind of pulls up and stops in front of you, drawn by nothing. The door opens on the side of it, and Lucius kind of looks at you all and just motions for you all to get in. The carriage will take you the rest of the way, is what he mentions and stutters.
I'm gonna climb up into the driver's seat and sit there.
Okay. Who is greening my lantern, and why are you
I did.
awesome? Thank you. You're literally the best. That is
There you
awesome.
go.
I have
There you
no
go.
problem with that. Green Lantern, even better.
Can I? Get
Fortunately,
things
there's
done?
no Green Lantern in this world. Yeah.
We got it.
Oh my god.
Do you all? Jesus Christ, man. We're about to fight. Ah, you bastard.
All right.
You really expect me to get into that?
I think Trovic needs to go on the roof.
Join the club, buddy.
Is it like a Doctor Who thing? It's more spacious inside than it looks.
You can always get inside and check.
What?
Jesus.
Sighing, I'm gonna get in.
Same. Not happy. Not happy.
And
Okay.
you all sign
Oh wow.
carriage. Branwyn first, then Gaynor.
Hmm.
Osgood behind. As you all crest the threshold of the carriage, it is much larger inside than it looks from the outside. And Trovik, as you kind of poke your head in and begin to try and wedge through, it almost seems like the door to the carriage widens around you and allows you entry. And the interior can fit about 8 to 10 medium-sized adults of large height. You all pile into the carriage, Osgood jumping up onto the front of the carriage by the horses. And Lucian or Lucius, wow. See, now you got me saying Lucian. Bastard. I made the damn character. Lucius kind of looks at you all, says that his lord will be expecting you all, and the carriage knows the way. And
You're not coming.
he responds that he will be there in time. This is not the last you've seen of him. Shuts the carriage door,
Oh, I have an idea.
and the carriage, without anything driving or reins holding from Osgood, begins to turn around and take off up the trail.
How fast is this going? Am I gonna get thrown off?
It's going at a decent pace. It's not like
Oh, God.
breakneck speeding, but it's
It's like a horse, so like 20 miles an hour tops.
yeah. I mean,
Right. Okay.
Are you sitting on the very top, or are you sitting in like the driver's seat?
I'm sitting in the driver's seat. I'm not sitting on top. After
Okay,
that.
okay, then no, you should be fine. Where is Kelma on all of this? Where did
I'm
you?
assuming we packed
We've
him
tied
into
him
the
to the
foot
roof.
well.
Yeah.
Like,
The baggage rack in the back, I tied him to it.
You tied him to the roof.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so roof or baggage rack? What's your final decision?
I
Let's
said
say baggage
baggage
rack.
rack. Yeah.
Okay, so baggage rack on the back. Okay, and you can kind of see out of the windows, and as you see Lucius standing on the path, as you begin to ride away further up the path, he turns into a bat and flutters off into the distance. As you all are in the dark black carriage being drawn by these two horses, Osgood sitting on the front, the remainder of the party minus Kelma in the actual cabin itself, and Kelma tied to the baggage rack, unconscious on the back of this carriage, winding up this path further and further into the mountains. It's moving at a steady pace. It's probably about, I'd say, 8 miles an hour-ish, roughly. The horses are moving steadily. Nothing seems to be guiding them. Nothing seems to be controlling them. They just seem to know where they're going. Both large black horses have blinders on. The jet black carriage is normal sized carriage, but on the inside it is much larger, like sizable to fit Trovik sitting on a bench, tending to his wounds with not having to like bend down or scrunch in or anything like that. You all are in the carriage, going down the path, and the carriage proceeds on for about 15 or 20 minutes. Are you all doing anything?
While it's going, I want
Okay.
to close my eyes and sort of meditate inward on myself. I'm gonna simply think to myself, you who offered me a deal, are you still there?
You sit and you think this to yourself, and at
Mhm.
first you think that the rattling of the carriage is throwing off your meditation, and you just kind of try and zone
Mhm.
deeper in, and then you hear just the faintest voice in your head. I am always watching.
In my hour of darkness, I'll take your deal.
Hmm. I only ask that you turn the people of this world, this plane, to worship the Blood Star, to worship the name.
That might be
Dude.
a challenge, but I could try.
The people in this land are weak. They are easily manipulated. I trust you will be able to do so.
I can try.
DM notes, what was the promise?
I don't even remember.
Oh,
He
wow.
just offered me power.
He did offer you power. That's right. It was power.
That's
Thank
it. That's all.
You. Here we go. Okay. So
I don't know what that power is, but I'm taking it.
So, you kind of, your body feels cold for a minute as you're sitting in the driver's seat. Even though it's cold in these mountains, you feel much more cold than normal. And you suddenly get what appears to be a sense of heightened awareness about your surroundings, yourself, and the things that come with that. As you kind of come out of your meditation, kind of look up and look down and kind of assess the situation. What type of clothing are you wearing, actually, so I can properly describe what you would see?
So, usually he'd be wearing a sailor's clothing. So, a wool tunic, sashed off with 3 red sashes.
Long sleeve, short
there
sleeve?
would be, it would be long sleeve. He would be wearing a thicker pair of like trousers, which has been belted off twice, just because he's old and the trousers might not necessarily fit him anymore. He has a mark on his left sleeve that's just like it looks like a company logo, but it's been torched and burnt off. And then I guess he wears a key around his neck, but that's hidden under his shirt.
Okay.
You might catch glimpses of an iron chain.
Okay. So as you kind of look down and look at your hands and look around and kind of come out of your meditation, you look down and you see on the back of your left hand what appears to be an eye. It seems to have sprouted on your hand. You feel there's another something up your right arm, about your bicep area, and you feel like there's another one somewhere on your face.
Okay. I'm gonna take out the mirror I have in my equipment and look at myself in the mirror.
Okay. As you do so, you look at your face and you see that there is a small eye kind of like halfway over and cocked to the side of your right eye.
Is it like
On
a
your
tattoo
forehead
or
almost.
an actual eye?
It is an actual eye.
Oh, fuck. Okay. He looks a little uncomfortable with that.
For this power gained and this compliance, your perception score increases by 2.
Oh, fuck.
Because of the extra eye.
Dark vision out to 60 feet.
Right. Perception gains +2, eh? So I'm now up to +4?
Yes, dark vision out to 60 feet. You gain the turn undead ability twice per long rest.
Oh my god. Dark vision 60. Perception +4. And turn undead.
Yes, twice per long rest. I have made that a feat, so you can go into your feats and add turn undead. It should be channel divinity turn undead, and you can add that on your character sheet, so that way you have the effect of it.
Feat. I'm gonna need to do this in post.
That's fine. I mean, I can put it on there right now for you. It's not hard.
Feel free. I don't know how to do this.
I got
I'm very new to this.
We're about to have a conversation. You can probably do it during that.
Yeah. For sure can. As she is meditating up front, what is the rest of the cart doing?
So, unless someone else wants to say anything.
If anybody.
I'm just chilling.
Anybody healing, taking care of their wounds or anything like that? Or is it just...
Can we do that?
I mean, you have second wind. You have...
No, I do not.
Oh, you don't? Because... Did you already use it?
Yep.
Oh, son of a bitch.
You know, in the other 2 fights I had.
Oh, that's right. You did. You know, you need to rest at some point.
I feel it.
I mean, y'all are in a carriage. I would say that you would gain benefits of a short rest if you...
I don't even have any hit dice left.
What about me? Am I still unconscious? Just tied up now with a short rest in the back?
You would come to consciousness after about an hour or so of travel. on the road. Probably about 40 minutes to travel on the road after they finish tying you up.
Can I knock him out?
You're
You're not in the position to see that he wakes
Damn
up.
it!
You tie me to the baggage claim. I'm just sitting back there by myself.
Baggage claim by yourself. So, I mean, this is what y'all did. Yes, so sorry. So, yeah, I mean, you all are wounded and hurt in the back, but you are in a state where you could potentially rest if you wanted to for the travel, unless you wanted to do anything else.
There's probably a period of quiet before my character would speak up.
And Irina's just kind of like sitting in the corner, kind of rocking back and forth in this cart, just like kind of keeping eyes on everybody.
So, that was interesting. Of course. So,
I mean, we need options at this point. Doesn't matter what happened.
Gee!
Sorry, I need to.
Yep, you do. Push to talk, my friend.
Yes, options. Well, may I suggest you let me do the talking?
I have no problem with that.
Yeah, there's... Much as I hate my heritage, it comes with some perks. And, just as a note, the correct term is a dump here. Yeah. Okay. Silence.
So how does that help us?
My blood offers certain... People can't seem to resist me. Yeah, I can be incredibly persuasive.
I mean, unless you're persuading some horses, this cart ain't stopping.
I mean, Strahd.
I mean, good luck.
Do you guys have any better options here?
I'm just gonna kind of look over and like, I don't know if you can outcharm the charmer that Strahd is. I mean, that guy's gone, right? There's nothing stopping us from just leaving.
Can I try the door?
Right.
I want to try and open it.
Okay. As you reach for the door, and you kind of jostle the handle, opens up. It is not locked or sealed.
But we're still moving.
You're still moving, about 8 miles an hour.
I mean,
Do you
we
want to
can
risk
jump.
that pole with injured? Trovik's not in the best of shape. We tied Kelmar to the back. We're not getting him off this.
I just think it's funny. I tied Cam at the back before thinking about escaping.
Yes.
I mean,
Oh,
so
no.
that seems to track really well with our plan making.
Yeah, pretty much.
It does. So, unless you want to send Kelmar off to face Strahd on his own, I suggest we stir in the carriage.
I could try to break a wheel.
It's an option.
Would I have heard the door open?
I would say at this point, yes.
I'll sort of poke my head around and say, I could always help with that. From off slightly above.
Yeah, make a perception check, everybody in the carriage. It's not a large DC, but he is...
I wouldn't be showing my face.
No, I know.
Yeah.
It's to hear you. You're at the front of the carriage, and the
Right,
carriage is
yep.
moving and going across stones.
Fair.
Also, I realize I haven't set that into a feat yet, so you wouldn't be able to find it anyway. So I'll do
That
that
makes
in a
sense.
second. Yeah, I mean, you would hear the shouting from Osgood saying that he might be able to help with something. You're now riding up the hills. Osgood, you notice that you're coming up on a fork in the road that splits to the west and the east. The east seems to climb further up the mountain, and the west kind of descends into the valley. You're probably about 150, 200 feet off, and the horses are kind of moving. As you
Do we
kind of,
know if we're coming up on the city, the fortified city, not Ravenloft, but is this fork in the road where we would go to get to the church?
you remember, yes, you've come by this way, and the east direction would be toward the city.
I'm going to finish packing my revolver.
East.
I'm going to point the revolver towards the wheel.
To the wheel of the cart.
Click the hammer back. And I'm going to use my blood mutagen to give me an extra D4 lightning damage.
Jesus. Is anybody else in the cart doing anything while this is happening? Out of curiosity. If he said he could help with that and pulls out his gun,
I'm gonna drink a potion.
This is about to get real sideways.
Oh,
This
that's
is
true.
about
Yeah.
to go
time.
sideways.
And
So,
potion time. So each one of you drinks a minor potion? Or do you have greater potions? Or what potions do you have?
Oh, we just
I'm
have potions.
pretty
as well.
sure I just have a minor. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a regular potion. So that's plus 10 health for a minor. Gee, we can hear all the keyboards.
sorry. This is back towards my mouth.
Ow.
Would that be... I'm just going to re-roll that.
Why are you going it?
Just because I rolled a D5, not a D4.
Ah, I see.
So I
Okay.
do an additional 2 damage. I take 2 damage.
Nice.
So my HP has decreased to 17. I hope that that's enough. And I look back at the party, and
So did you make an attack roll? Did I see that?
not yet. I'm going to stick my head through the door, and I'm going to use telepathy on Nim and say, brace yourselves, and I'm going to take a shot at the wheel.
And I'm gonna say, brace yourselves.
Okay. Good. Very good.
I'm not stupid.
Again, Kelmal's in the back, not hearing any of this, and he's just been
Oh,
staring off in the distance.
Yeah.
I'm going to use
Oh.
my piercer to re-roll that damage dice. 1d8 plus 2. That's 9 points of damage. Plus 2 is 11 to the wheel.
11 points of piercing damage to the wheel. And it was a 17. Yeah, that hits.
Oh,
see what
this is a
happens.
stupid idea.
This carriage is going sideways. Oh.
Yep.
Shit.
So as you're going down the road,
I mean, I had no problem
about
leaving
8 miles an hour, all of you in the carriage hear a loud bang coming from the front area of the carriage, and then the entire chassis of the carriage rocks and then slides to the right front of the carriage and basically just bends down as you hear the snapping and the cracking of wood as the carriage begins to drag and drift, and you hear the whinnying and the neighing of horses who are kind of like being pulled backwards and almost off to the side of the road as the front right quarter of the carriage is now dragging along the ground as the wheel has shattered from this loud shot. I need everybody to make a survival check.
Oh, fuck, it's survival check. Alright. That's fine.
This is for survival. Like,
Yeah.
Kelma, you don't have to make one. You're tied down pretty well.
I'm about to say, it's like, this entire time I've been just staring out in the distance, being all sad, and I'm just like, and next thing you know, I go flying.
Branwyn, I need you to make an acrobatics check for me.
Okay.
And Gaynor.
Oh, come.
Oh.
This is gonna hit.
Acrobatics.
Base plan.
Acrobatics.
Shit.
Okay, so as the cart jostles and rattles down the road and the horses are kind of like pulling back on it, Osgood, I need you to make one as well, because in a pretend. Oh, yeah, you made a survival check. Never mind. There you go.
Yeah, he did 23 in survival.
I didn't see the survival. You're good. My bad.
I mean, I can do one just for style points to see if I can roll. Yeah, I'm gonna do a fucking sick ass action roll off the fucking cart. You can't stop me.
So as the cart is grinding and sliding, now going about 4 miles an hour, the inside is shaken, and you see Branwen get like knocked off her feet almost, and kind of get swept out of the cart, rolling down and taking 5 points of bludgeoning damage as she kind of like falls out of the cart and rolls and tumbles onto the dirt road behind. Gaynor, you also get jostled out of the door because y'all were the two nearest the door. However, you manage to like roll on your shoulder and
Hell yeah.
avoid
Tuck and roll,
damage.
baby. Tuck and
And then
roll.
Osgood, you get jolted from the front seat, completely lifted off of the carriage, almost as if you jumped off the carriage. And then you just like power roll
Hell
out
yeah.
and like tuck and roll off the side.
Hell yeah.
Trovik, you are still in the carriage and you are not hurt, but the carriage is leaning heavily to the right. Kelma, you are still strapped to the back of the carriage. As you all kind of look up from the ground where you've landed, the carriage is still moving ahead at about 3 or 4 miles an hour at this point. Horses are still trying to complete their mission and drag where they were going.
Yeah,
Oh
this
my
was a great
God.
plan.
I mean, like, it's
Great
3 miles
plan.
an hour. We can run 3 miles an hour.
Hi.
I mean, you can.
Yeah. So,
So what are you doing, guys on the
I'm-
ground and Trovik in the box?
Oh shit! We need to go and catch. Oh no!
I'm gonna run after the thing and see if I can jump on the back.
I'll do the same thing.
Make
yeah.
a acrobatics check for me, Nimue, as you want to jump on the back. The old man, not as fast, is getting up and running on it. Branwen, you kind of like speed style up and almost parkour onto the back of the carriage, kind of like feet planted onto the bottom of the baggage rack where Kelma is.
Well, I'm gonna cut him loose.
Okay. Make an attack roll
By rope.
to the rope.
What am I pulling? I'll probably pull my dagger. So,
Probably the dagger. I mean, if
dagger.
you pull the sword out, you can pull a sword, but I feel like that'd be awkward as shit in like a foot range. Yeah. So 12's enough because the DC was 10. So you kind of like take your dagger and you start to like cut the bindings that you've loosely wrapped Kelma with and free Kelma from the back of the carriage. Kelma, you are now free. Y'all are now both on the back of the slanting carriage that with the little bit of extra weight seems to be slowing down a little bit more.
Okay.
Trovik, you're inside. Are you doing anything? Are you attempting to jump out the
Where's
door?
that-
Where's Irina? Where's
yeah,
Irina?
Irina on all this?
These are good questions.
Oh no!
Let's see.
She just dies.
I know.
instantly.
I mean,
This could happen.
yeah.
Very valuable.
The quest line has died.
Yeah.
Let's see.
What I
Oh
wanted.
no, because I moved her to a different space because she's actually part of the party now. So I've moved her to the party list. So let's see. So I have an Irina. She's there, by the way. That's where Irina is.
Okay, there she is. She flew to the front of the carriage.
No, I need to have her on board to be able to roll the saves.
Yeah.
It's a con save. And that's a athletics check because she would have also been thrown. Sorry. Athletics is
She daggers the card as she goes.
so she is going to take 6 points of bludgeoning damage as she tumbled out back with the rest of you very hard onto the ground.
Oof.
She made a 5 on her acrobatics, which is not good. Yeah, so but she is down on the ground outside of the carriage. Trovik, you were the only one left in the carriage, and the two are hanging on the back. What are we doing?
Great.
I need music for this because this has just turned fun.
This is really ridiculous.
Can I just like spice it up and stay in the carriage?
Sure.
Okay, so let me get this straight. The wheel got shot out.
The wheel got shot out. The carriage is now 3 wheels going, and the 4th wheel is dragging on the ground. the horses are dragging the carriage regardless. They don't give a shit. And it seems like they're continuing to drag it and stay on course. I would say you were probably in the front side of the carriage, so you're kind of like leaning down to the left of your body, more or less, if that makes sense. Like, but you're still sitting in the carriage. The carriage is still moving forward. And you can kind of see through the little window in the back that Irina and Kelma are on the back part of the carriage, like back here.
Irina?
Not Irina.
Gwen?
Wow, Gwen. It's gonna be a long day.
Wow.
I see a thing on my list and it says Irina. You shush.
Alright, I'll jump out.
Okay, make an acrobatics check.
I'm sure this will go well.
It's going pretty slow, so.
I mean, yeah, this one is going kind of slower.
Oh god.
As the man with nose jumps out of the carriage, he almost gets wedged in the door frame as he tries to jump out, even though the door frame is magical and it does expand around him. That catches him up, and you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as you all just hear
He's
this
down,
loud.
isn't he?
Loud
He's
because
down.
He got up with 1 HP, and we haven't done
took a
anything
potion.
since.
No, he took a potion.
Oh, he did. Oh, fuck.
Because
And
we
the
haven't
fourth
rested. Because we haven't
drank
rested
it
or anything.
beforehand. No, as you clatter down onto the ground, and the two of you, Kelma and Branwyn, as the cart keeps going by, you now see that Trovik is just like a large pile of Minotaur sitting on the
Yeah.
ground, like in an
I'm
awkward
waiting
fall
for him to be a little bit away so that I don't end up like tangled mess,
Mhm.
and then I'm getting off.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm just very deftly just hopping off very calmly.
Okay. Both of you make an athletics check. The DC's low because you're actually jumping from the back side of it, not from the inside of the door.
Athletics?
Acrobatics.
Okay, I said athletics.
Oh, wait a second.
Yeah.
Oh, you said acrobatic? Oh, no, athletics?
No, he means acrobatics.
I
Oh,
meant
no.
acrobatics.
Okay, if it's acrobatics, okay, then there it is.
Yeah. The two of you, Gwen, you kind of peer away off of the back of it, backflip style, and land on the ground, wondering how you possibly fell out of the carriage in the first place the first time. And Kelma, you kind of just like hop off the back. You tumble a little bit, but you manage to catch your balance and are down on your knees, but you've landed as the carriage continues to drive on towards some destination. All of you are on the dirt path once again, and you see the carriage as it rolls off in a direction. It seems to take the eastern path, winding up the mountains as it continues on, dragging the wheel of the cart, broken wheel. And all-
Strahd is going to kill us,
Mm-hmm.
and I kind of love it. All right, well,
You have
the
a
church to the east.
Mm.
The church is in the east. That's where we were going.
How far away is the church to the east?
I don't really
East?
remember. The branch in the road ahead.
We only got a few hours of daylight left.
It's to the west.
Yeah,
It's to the
Alright.
west.
west. Right. Fuck. God
To
damn
the
it. You
west.
pretend I said that right.
To the west. Osgood.
I'm an old man. My memory's going.
Jesus, Osgood. To the west. Yes.
God.
Okay. So as you all gather yourselves, kind of dust yourselves off, are you continuing on? Are you trying to hide and rest? What are you doing?
We're trying to get to a place that we can hide and rest. Church seems safe.
We really shouldn't stay here. Somebody is going to come after us.
I would
Absolutely.
stay off the road, but
Uh,
Hmm.
anything's better than the roadways right now.
I have a feeling that the off the road is just as dangerous as on the road.
Do you want to be struck by lightning again?
Do you want to
Not
face
really.
whatever freaking demon wolves are in these woods?
I'll take my chances, he says, and then just sort of shrugs and moves off on the western road.
Okay. So the road does split east and west at a sign, and one arrow points towards the west and says Valaki, and the other arrow points to the east and says Ravenloft. Osgood, you kind of wander off into the grass over onto the side of the western pitch. What is everybody else doing? Irina's now gotten herself up and kind of dusted herself off at this point. It's like, you know, we're all dead, right?
Not
I
yet.
know.
Like, we need to get to Valaki. We need to get out of this land and to Valaki now.
Then west it is.
And she kind of walks up, kind of not leading the party, but in stride with where Osgood's going.
Yep, I follow.
And the rest of the party.
Following,
Yep.
rolling my eyes.
Kalma follows in the very back, just quiet.
At least we lived. For now.
Okay. So.
This is such a stupid idea.
I mean,
Yeah.
idea that was made.
Uh,
You pulled the trigger, guy.
Yeah.
This whole thing resides on your shoulders now, Osgood.
Oh yeah, I'm aware.
Okay, as long as you're aware.
I'm ready to die horrifically.
Okay, so as you take the northwest path and continue down the road, you're higher in the mountains now, but you're descending. You seem to be going down the mountain to a certain extent, whereas the other path definitely went up the mountain and into the crags of Ravenloft. Even here in these low mountains, there is forest and there is a fog that is almost inescapable. The road, made mostly of dirt, very few cobblestones line it at all, and you all continue to wind, advancing for another half hour or so, I believe. Half hour, yes, a half hour. And oh, that's a high roll. Okay.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh god.
As you proceed onward down the road, that half hour, at the end of it, you look in front of you, and you see. I will share this with you because shared things are fun for everyone.
It's probably our vampire friend.
You may be wrong.
Oh. Surprising.
Oh,
You see another large gate off some 300 feet in the distance.
right, we've
As
seen
you
this
kind of round a corner, and you see two more large statues. The large wooden lattice gates shut in front of you, and both statues again have their heads lopped off and sitting at the ground beneath them.
Right. I look back at the rest of the group.
This large wall seems to expand in both directions, past the line of view and into the fog.
I haven't been here in over 40 years. I don't know if these things are traps or not anymore. Did they attack you last time you went through?
No, we saw some
Right.
bunny-like creatures, but no.
Right. Okay. It might
These
just be my
statues.
paranoia talking.
These statues are like 40 feet tall, like massive.
Yeah. No, I'm aware. That's kind of why I'm asking.
Just a heads up. Yeah, no.
Christ.
Do you all continue towards the gates? The gates are shut.
And they don't magically open like the last ones did.
Do you approach the gates? I never said if they did or didn't. You're still about 300 feet away.
Oh. Yeah. That's the road. That's where we're going.
Right.
Yep.
No, I'm
Yep,
aware.
yep.
I'm just. You see a gate very similar to the first gate that y'all were entered through. You wind down the path, zigging and zagging before you finally get within about 40 or so feet of these gates. The gates slowly begin to creak open inward towards you, and then stop about 10-foot gap in between the gates, probably about 60% of the way open on each side, and proceed through with a path down the road that you could potentially follow. You all walk through the gates, and as the last of you gets through the gates, Irina kind of walking in the middle of your group, the gates slowly creak and close behind you once again. In front of you, you see the road that continues to wind further down these hills. A few cliff edges and things like that mark the landscape. Some forest, some greenery. And then once the path winds down and bends around for about a mile or two, in the distance you see another tree line. There seems to be another forest further ahead. The path that you can see until it runs off into the fog seems to curve around this forest. And off in the distance you see another fork in the road, probably about a mile off or so.
Which way is it? Do you know?
Outside of the gates. This path leads down west, and all of it is west. So you're in the right direction. You know that you
Just
came.
immediately heads east.
Yeah, I mean, you would, but I wouldn't doubt that at all.
All right.
But as you walk out, you hear a slight chirping of birds, something you haven't heard through the entire time of your travels through this land of Barovia. You know you're not safe, but a small feeling of calmness comes over you after the gate has shut and you put a little bit of distance between yourself and the castle.
We should probably find a place to camp. Rest and heal.
Agreed.
I don't trust it, but I suppose it would be worth the effort.
Okay. And at this point, combat, hour travel, half-hour travel. It's getting to be about 3 or 4 o'clock at this point, after you wind through and go through the gate and all this. Time-wise.
We still have time then.
Yeah.
Do you continue on the path? Or do you take a rest? You can always rest longer than the 8 hours normally. Like, if you wanted to rest now, you could rest until dawn, but these are things that are up to you, right? Or you can continue to press on.
I mean, I think it'd be safe for us to rest, gather ourselves, and then carry on before we do anything foolish.
It's a viable idea.
We put some distance between us and them. It would easily take them some time to find us. We may as well rest.
Aye.
So, as you have passed through these gates and continue just a little ways down the path, and putting some distance between yourself and these gates, you'll decide to take a rest. This path has kind of woven in between two small clusters of forest before kind of opening back up again. And you see a small hill on your left-hand side as you kind of breach the perimeter of this forest that was kind of choking the gate itself in the gate area. The road in front of you seems clear. The road behind you seems unassailed. The trees are not overhanging or overgrowing in any part. They're just a forest of trees type thing. Pick anywhere in this area to rest that you'd like.
Probably
If you'd like
somewhere
to
with
be
good
by the
cover.
trees, off the road, up the hill, you have options.
Is there much cover up the hill, or would it be like in sight and stuff?
It's not too much cover off the hill. Chi, are you clicking stuff?
Yeah.
Sorry, that's my pen. God damn it. Force a habit.
You're good. Yeah, so there's not much cover up the hill. You would have a better view of the area from the hill. The hill is just like a barren hill. For reference, I can give you...
No, I get that.
Yeah. I actually really can't, but that's okay. I mean, I can, but it's... What I zoom into on screen wouldn't be what y'all see, and that's the issue. Yeah, you have a hill that goes probably about 50 feet or so high, like it's a pretty decent sized hill. And that is right outside the left-hand side of the road. You just breached the edge of a forest on both sides that was kind of clouding the path, but not encroaching on it.
Vantage point or cover.
In our situation, I'd probably say cover. But we may be able to see what's coming up if we go on the hill.
That's what I mean.
Vantage
Either
point.
hide.
What'd you say, Wicked?
I'm making the decision. Vantage point.
Okay. Hill it is.
Hill it is. Okay. So as you all climb up this hill, doesn't take you long. Are you on the top of the hill or the side of the hill?
Probably
Or the
top.
top for vantage point? Yeah.
Top
Okay.
vantage point.
Okay. So as you all kind of settle into the top of this hill, and begin to set up any equipment you would need to rest, potentially make food, you notice, kind of looking at the tree line, actually make a perception check, everybody, as you're kind of setting up and just inspecting the area, making sure you're safe. I'd say.
Oh, come on. Let me roll. That'd be great. Thank
Roll
you.
it.
Make a perception, I suppose.
Jesus, team. Kelma, you got a perception for me?
No, Kelma has just been wandering very quietly with his head down this entire time.
Okay.
Sheesh.
Let me see here. I'll use one of my luck points and re-roll my perception check.
Okay.
Jesus. Okay. Doesn't help.
Yeah. Well, so in the tree line, you do notice a few birds seem to be perched on a few ledges, or branches, I should say, and you do recognize them as ravens. There are probably about 4 or 5 that seem to be darting from tree to tree and floating back and forth and just hanging out. As you all set up for camp, are you taking a short rest, long rest? What are you guys doing?
Probably a long rest.
Long.
Long.
All right. So you all set up your tents. You set up your bedrolls on this hill. Start a small fire. Begin cooking food, getting rations in your body. Would anybody like to do anything around the fire before we set up to do watches and the night rest thing?
We should probably talk about what items we have and who wants them real
Yes.
quick.
Yes, you can do all that. And any conversation between characters you would like to have, now would be the time.
I'll take the deck of chances.
Alright, it is yours, sir.
Sick. So now I have a deck of illusion and a deck of chances.
Don't get them mixed up.
Oh, I'll try not to.
I'm gonna remove it from my inventory here.
Yeah. And that should be an item you can add in D&D Beyond. I can add it for you, actually, unless you want to do it yourself.
I appreciate it. Honestly, I'm so fucking... I'm a newbie, man.
How do I remove it from my inventory?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it should be there. Just add it.
Found it.
Yep, just add it and you're good. Okay.
How do I... Hey, MTC, how do I remove it? Oh, there it is. Remove. Got it.
Yeah, you just remove. Yep, you got it. And Irina kind of sets up a bedroll. She kind of sets it away from the rest of you all. You can tell she's shaken to some extent. The events were not easy on her in the first place, and being in a carriage that's almost been hand-delivered to Strahd did not make her comfortable. Is there anything else you would like to do before you settle in for rest?
I would like to set up my alchemy equipment and try to brew a potion. One of my potions.
Okay. Checks for an alchemy kit. These are good questions.
I'll sort of wander over and talk things. I like just run through things with them.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not gonna help. You don't know what this potion is.
Oh, I know. I don't know what it is, but I want to watch, essentially.
Okay.
Ask
Hey, Nim.
questions.
I'll take the dust of disappearance from you if you don't want it.
Yeah, sure, take it.
I really don't want to go with chaotic evil. That's a scary fucking thing.
Yeah. Kelma at this point, he's been standing the entire time while everyone's kind of getting settled up, and he just kind of sits in front of the party, kind of goes on his knees, and he puts down his quarterstaff, and he crosses his arms across his chest and kind of leans forward towards the party, and he just doesn't say anything. He just does that for a minute. Then he stands up, just kind of goes in the corner near where Irina is, and then just sits quietly, looking out.
Okay.
Let's come on. Sits there and looks over the hills into the distance. For the first time since you've been in Barovia, Kilma, you kind of, as you're looking out and taking all this in, you look over into this distant area down the hill, which leads into another set of rolling hills. Beyond that is a forest, and you get a sense that this land was beautiful. At one point, this land was vibrant, and something has sucked the life out of this land. It's still very pretty, but you can tell that it is missing the essence of what it once was.
Kelma just kind of reaches his hands on the ground. He just kind of holds the dirt in his hand. He looks over to Irina, and he just kind of mummers, kind of quietly. He says, "I'm sorry," and then looks off in the distance. And this time with a little bit more of a, like he's a sentinel, just kind of scouring.
Irina is going to reach over, put her hand on your arm, and just say, "You stood up for me. You gave me the choice. Not many people have done that in my life. I thank you, Kelma. I'm sorry you were injured for my hesitation." And she kind of just like removes her hand and kind of sits back.
Kelma just kind of sits there quietly. He's just still monitoring the distance to make sure that no one comes up.
Okay. Is anybody else doing anything? Nimoy, I need you to make me a... Already asleep, fair enough. Just gotta check. Just gonna make sure. What's the best stat for this?
Oh no.
I mean, it's alchemy stuff, so.
Oh.
I mean, Chi, what do you use for your alchemy?
I use blood.
No, as in, what's the check you need to use to make mutagens?
To make mutagens. I actually don't think I need one. I think that I can just make it.
Let's go with...
Would it be like a medicine?
I wouldn't say medicine. Maybe it's a survival.
Yeah, maybe survival.
No, I would say it's probably a wisdom check of some sort, right?
Yeah. Maybe intelligence.
Religion.
Fucking goddamn.
Would it be intelligence or... I guess that's the question, right? Would it be intelligence or wisdom? What are you favorable in?
Intelligence.
Actually, that sounds more into, because intelligence is about, knowing
Research.
something. Yeah, research and knowing.
Okay, so make me a...
Wait,
Yeah,
do you
make
have?
me an intelligence check. Just a general intelligence check.
Wait, does she not have the feat? Does she not have the ability to make potions?
I do. I've got alchemy supplies and poison supplies.
What, does it
Yes.
say anything when you click on it?
No, because
I'll-
it's custom.
Because yeah, it's a custom.
Oh,
potion.
gotcha.
It's a homebrew potion.
Okay.
I
Did we make a DC for this?
I don't.
No, we
remember.
didn't.
No, we didn't because we didn't think that far ahead.
No.
I'll say we
We
set a
didn't.
DC at 8. Make an intelligence check, double proficiency for me.
Double proficiency. Okay, so
Yeah.
Hard
So
double proficiency, but +2 to my roll. There's an extra proficiency. Don't know why that rolled twice.
that's fine.
But anyway, it's 20.
Yeah, 20. You know your potion well enough. It takes you about 20 minutes or so to get the chemicals right, make sure everything's balanced, to stir the ingredients in, and you produce one of your. These are the base potions, right?
Yeah,
So you produce one.
cool.
With a 20, how much ingredients did you use? I guess is the better question. Did you use enough
Just
to make
for
one,
one.
2? Okay, yeah. So you would make
Enough
the
to
one,
make
no
one.
problem. Yeah. Gee.
You triple your ingredient usage. You never manage to get them all back. You use up all the ingredients, and now you're left alone. Now, I gotta wonder. I'd probably, as Nim's working.
I need everybody. I'm sorry, because y'all would have done this retroactively.
Oh.
Everybody make a perception check. It's a low DC.
No.
It's not like it's hidden at this
Oh
point.
yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I forgot
Yeah.
about your thing.
So, Kelma, you've kind of been head down, like not really focused on anything since the walk. Chovik, you would have seen this. Whether you said anything is up to you.
Yeah.
Vienor, you would have also seen this, and Branwyn, you would have seen this. Osgood has an extra eye on his forehead on the right side and on the back of his left hand.
Mm-hmm.
It just blinks.
Yeah.
More eyes?
Kind
These
of
are
That's
like
the deal. I take the deal.
At this point, I don't even.
What's up with all these extra body parts?
I don't know. It just seems to be a thing that it does.
You have extra eyes. I have an extra eye stalk
Where?
thing.
Oh. I didn't
Oh
know
yeah,
that.
you would hit.
You weren't
Yeah,
here
you would hit us.
No. I was kind of like, yeah. I
my
wasn't paying much
character has
attention.
an extra eye stalk. That's
To be
currently
fair,
hidden under her cloak.
he would
Right.
have known about it because it slowed him, but
Oh
he wasn't
yeah,
here
that's what I
for
mean.
it. But
Yeah.
yeah. This character got slowed by the eye stalk, so he would know about it. But
I have a beholder eye stalk.
Okay, sorry. Somebody was saying before I interrupted that. You were saying.
Yeah, I guess while Nim was working, I would have been like, I would have literally taken a knife, plunged it in my hand, and then drained the blood into a jar or a vial. And I would have just started doing some basic alchemy rituals. The hand heals surprisingly quickly.
Okay.
I'm just gonna kind of watch him as I'm doing mine,
Mm,
and I'm
mm.
sure he's watching me.
Yep, I'm doing about the same thing. Yeah.
Kind of,
It's curiosity
this is
from my
interesting.
side. Yeah.
I'd say both of you
Professional
make an
curiosity.
insight check just for professional curiosity.
Professional curiosity.
And Trovik
15.
is now well asleep and chilling.
16.
You're both aware that you're both making some sort of concoction. You aren't paying close enough attention
Yeah.
to what the exact ingredients or the results of such might be, but both making something useful for useful sake. You're both aware of it. Kelma, as you look off into the distance, you don't see anything on the horizon. You just continue to sit there. Gain, are you doing anything?
So impermeable then.
Nope. I just ate a ration.
Ate a ration?
Just chilling by the fire, setting up my tent.
All right. As you all finish making your chemical concoctions and begin to settle in for the evening, the sun is now slowly starting to descend in the sky. It's still daylight-ish, but you can obviously get rested any time in this area because it's all cloudy and mucky and stuff. Who would like to take first watch? Who would like to take second watch? And I need a third watch. These will all be roughly around 4 to 5 hour watches because you're taking an extended rest.
I'll take first watch.
I'll do second.
I'll do last.
Okay.
I need to take a watch. I have
Okay.
things.
Right.
Okay. So, Gaynor, I need a.
And I'm gonna put the potion, the vials of blood that we collected at the start of the day that I remember that we have, and I'm just gonna leave them out, along with the contract.
That's fair. All right.
Oh fuck! I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Okay.
thing. It's spelled the same day.
This will be fun.
Sorry. So. All right. Gaynor, I need you to make a perception check for your watch.
Gotcha.
Who said they were taking second? Kelma?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So as you kind of settle in, everybody else begins to drift off into sleep. And you're looking around, you look off of this hill. The night begins to take over. You don't see much around you. The fire that's within your campsite is low. But for the most part, you don't see anything. The forest seems quiet for the most part. You don't hear any horse hooves or any wagon wheels or anything like that in the distance. The night's extremely quiet, almost to the point where a pin could drop and you would hear it if there were
Really quiet.
cobblestone around for you to hear it on. You kind of begin to drift in and out a little bit. In your head, you hear a voice that says, "You can't go to sleep. You gotta watch for these people. Stay awake, man."
I'm up.
Okay. That was a bold move jumping out of the carriage. I didn't think we were going to survive that.
You thought we should just go to Strahd?
Of course not, but if everybody else is,
I mean, I think the gunshot was just a little excessive, but...
I'd agree to that. He's a little wild, that old man. He seems awfully eager for such a geezer.
I can agree with that.
All right. And the voice kind of, you're back and forthing. A little bit distracted by the voice in your head, but your watch goes, as far as you can tell, unabated. Kelma, as you lay down and take a rest before your watch starts, during this time when Gaynor is having his watch, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Okay. Bad.
Okay. So, as you are sleeping in an uncomfortable, back and forth restful sleep, or restless sleep, I apologize. You begin to dream. And you dream in a dark room, in a darkness almost. And you feel cold. You feel a chill coming around. You feel shivers down and up your arms. And you notice that you're sitting in what appears to be a rocking chair of sorts. The room, small, pale, grays and variations. The curtains in the window kind of fluttering, open and close. You feel a sense of unease and you kind of look around the room in this dream that you're having. And you don't see anything. You look to your left, you see nothing. You kind of glance back around the room to your right and you see nothing. And then you look forward once again and you see a small sackcloth doll sitting on the other side of the room in the floor. Give me a second and I will share you something, because sharing something is fun. That's what I do. Pardon me. I have a thing and now another thing. And that is... where's it at? What the hell? You see... oh wow, this is going to be awful, isn't it? Okay. I'm going to share this with... ah, fuck it, I'll share it with everyone. You see a doll sitting on the other side of the room in a light blue dress with red ponytails, and imagine that picture has red hair, and it's just kind of staring at you. As you kind of blink your eyes and look around and look back, it's gone. And then the unease hits you once again, and you look over to the left, and you see it once again closer now to you in the room. And you hear...
I'm watching you.
you kind of taken aback by that sound. You look over again, and it's gone. And then you now see, when you look forward again, a smaller rocking chair sitting in front of you, rocking back and forth, and inside of it, the doll is sitting there once again, smiling almost. Not moving, the lips don't move. It doesn't do anything, it's just sitting there, and you hear...
I
do you?
can see.
Of course not, because now my sounds are going to mess up.
Yeah, I think I just heard that.
Wait,
I
Did
can
you
see
hear
you.
I heard it.
Okay, you heard it, so I can't hear it. That's fine. Well, as long as my sounds are messing up, that's good. And then you look at it for a minute, and then a puff of black smoke, and she disappears. And as you begin to come out of this dream, you hear...
I'll be with you forever.
and you are startled, awake, breathing heavily, covered in sweat, as Gaynor is walking over to you to wake you up for your watch. He doesn't get to you, and you startle awake right before. Gaynor, you watch as Kelma just kind of like almost sits straight up after a cold sweat of a sleep, and just kind of a panicked look on his face.
God help us.
You okay there?
He's just breathing heavily. He's like, nightmare. It reminded me of that house.
The house in Barovia?
Yeah. I don't like any of this. This place is evil.
Can't disagree with that.
I used to stand up and I just claps Gaynor on the shoulder and I'm just like, rest. And I need to amend. And I just kind of walk into by the campfire and I just sit on my knees and I just go into like a watch position again.
Okay. Gaynor, as you go down for your rest, slightly worried about Kelma, but tired, and you kind of lay your head down, and before too long you drift off. Kelma, you sit sentinel style and begin to take your watch around the camp. I need you to make a perception check for me.
Sure. Let's see if I could ever get a perception beyond 10.
You got it, guy. You can do this.
Hey!
Look at that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very
It's about damn time. I had +2 and I'm always failing.
Very nice. So as you sit very alertly and you keep watch over, Irina seems to shudder a bit in the cold. You realize that her blanket's kind of fallen off of her, and you kind of lean over and throw it back over top of her during your watch. The fire is still going, getting kind of low. You see the bottles of blood and the vials of blood that Branwen had set aside for whatever had come and visited her in the night. As you look down over this valley, you can kind of see a good bit in this almost full moonlight. The clouds kind of part in the sky, and you can definitely see the hills and the shadows of the hills that are off in the valley in the distance.
I just start murmuring to myself a little bit, and I just kind of say, kind of out loud, I just like, I miss you, brothers. I'll get back home. I know you need me. And then I just kind of glance over to the party. But they need me now. And I keep failing them. And I grip onto my quarterstaff a bit more. I'm like, and I sigh, and I'm like, Rohan, please gather my thoughts. And then I just stare out in the distance.
As you stare out in the distance towards the forest in the far reaches on the far side of the hill, way down the way, like about a mile or so off, right? You see what appears to be a small bit of torchlight creeping down the path, a good 3/4 of a mile away, and then disappearing off into the fog. It walked down the path for about 10 minutes or so in your view, and then seemed to curve down one of the forks in the road further down the hill that y'all could see during the daylight, and then it also disappears off into the fog. The low-lying fog that seems to rest around the bottom parts of this hilled area and cling to the forest in the distance. Other than that, your watch goes uneventfully.
All right. And he said Bronwyn?
Bronwyn's the next one, yes.
Yeah. I walk up the brown one, and unlike what I normally do to Gaynor, kicking him awake, I actually go down to Bronwyn and grasp her on the shoulder and do a slight wake.
Cool.
Osgood, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Figured as much.
Branwyn, as you get waken up by Kelma and he kind of shakes you awake, you know that it's time to begin your watch. And you kind of set
15.
up 15, okay. You continue to sleep, and your dreams are mixed and mashed, but nothing relevant or nothing that grasps you.
Blackened waves and a ship
Pretty much,
long
yep.
forgotten.
Yep, just dreams of the past, dreams of the old world. Branwyn, as you get up and begin to stake out your watch, I need a perception check from you. This is now in the early hours of the morning, past midnight. And while she's doing that, Trovik, your sleep, even though it's been a rough day or two, your sleep is, for the first time, peaceful. You don't have that cold sensation. You don't have that cold feeling. You're able to get a comfortable night's rest on this hill under the stars. Branwyn, with your perception of 19, you see, as your watch begins, and you kind of just look out over this valley, the fog creeping in over the edge of that forest in the distance, and the hills itself being completely blanketed by the bit of moonlight that there is. As you look around in this moonlight, you're very attentive, knowing that there was a promise made. And you see something far off in the distance, astride a horse. And it seems to be heading across the plains and up the hills. And then before long it begins to get closer and closer. And then when it's about 200 feet or so off, the rider disappears and vanishes from the back of the horse. and appears about 30 feet in front of you, walking towards your encampment. It is the Black Knight once again, wearing the same garb, boots that should normally chink, they have metal on them, and armor that should normally chink and clatter, moves completely silently through the night and walks up towards you.
I motion to the vials. Bargains met.
Reaches over. Do you hand the vials, or does he have to pick up the vials? You
I'm
motion
letting
to.
him pick it up.
Okay. As he goes over and he picks up the vials containing the blood, kind of looks over. The Queen of the Night thanks you for your service. You are allowed to pass through these lands, for you have made the bargain. As he takes the vials of blood and puts them in his coat pocket into what seemed to be a holster of sorts, he takes the letter, holds it out in his hand, and it catches flame and fire, and it burns a blue fire as it disappears. You look at him for a moment more. He nods in thanks for your service. And then in a wisp of black smoke, as you kind of spin your head around and look over back in the direction where the horse was, the black smoke reforms on top of the horse. The horse rears up on its hind legs and dashes off across the fields towards that forest in the distance until it becomes out of sight and fades into the fog itself.
I let out a long breath that I probably didn't realise I was holding and sit back down in the fire.
And the remainder of your watch, as the light of the sun begins to crest over the hillside, goes without incident. The remainder of you all begin to wake from your deep rest, your slightly unsettled rest for some. You have gained the benefits of a long rest. Everybody's back to health. Reset your spell slots.
Ooh.
And you are back.
Oh, thank
All your
fuck.
abilities
Yeah,
back.
we needed it bad.
We needed
Yeah.
that.
Also, everybody in the party gains a point of inspiration for the previous day's travels.
Ooh.
That's pretty cool.
Oh.